Yeah. The temperature must have dropped outside. I probably need to turn my air conditioning up, down, whatever you call it. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. How y'all doing today? Good morning, everybody that I missed. Hopefully that's better. Is that better? Hey, y'all. Is this foggy? Because I probably got some oil on it somewhere. Oh, I was up until 1 o'clock, well, 12 something, with my godmother. That was pretty cool. We haven't been able to have a study like that in years. It seems like as soon as I get off of here, I'll be having another job every night. I don't know if God is trying to keep me busy or what, but my days have been very, very long for the last couple, probably the last 2 weeks. Good morning, y'all. Exhausted because I was up pulling out books. So I got to talk to one of my mothers the other day, and then last night, I got a chance to talk to the godmother. Y'all know the one I be like, you know? And yeah, so that was pretty cool. I had to ask her some questions, and I got a chance to go through like Adam and Eve with her and a couple other things, because, you know, it was okay. And then I put some oil on, and I was knocked so much so that I think I have a cramp in my neck a little bit. Good morning. I was up reading too this morning, and I don't really have a specific place that I want to go, but I would like to read something with y'all. Some of y'all might have the book, some of y'all might not. It's okay. It gets to be a listening day for you if you don't. Good morning. Good morning, pumpkins. Good morning. I love y'all. Auntie Ken. Oh, girl. Wake up and stuff that wasn't hurting when you went to sleep be hurting right now. Do you understand me? Oh, my goodness. And I got good pillows. Y'all done sent me good pillows. I don't know what it is. Guess just being old, you know? Old comes with other stuff. Maybe all the times I used to roll my neck at people in the 80s, I'm paying for that. I don't know. Good morning, baby girl. Good morning, everybody. I don't know. You pay for stuff when you get old. Y'all know that was the thing in the 80s and 90s, honey, to roll your neck. Everything you said, you rolled your neck. Yep, all of that might have been a problem. Or maybe the 7-inch heels. I don't know. I ain't really figured out which, but I know they're all working together because it's back. It be doing what it's gonna do too. Yeah, stuff popping and stuff. Good morning, everybody. So, how'd y'all sleep? Hopefully, well. I want to say this, right? And I'm gonna keep on saying it because we get to. You slept well. Good job. Yeah. Humankind is freaking out. Y'all know that, right? The humans, they're freaking out. They are freaking out. Exactly what we talked about. The hysteria is starting. Good morning, daughter. I love you and I hope you have a good day. Do you want me to call you when I get off? Because I know you off today. Y'all be trying to sneak in my class. I'll be seeing y'all. Are you coming for class or do you need to talk to mom? Good morning. I love you too. Okay, good job. All right. Well, I love you. I'll call you. Want me to call you when I get off of here, or you gonna be napping? This baby sleep like her mama. Baby, she will take a nap in a minute, honey. We love sleep, don't we, little girl? Young lady, should I say? We love sleep. That's my sleep partner right there, baby. One thing we gonna do is go to sleep. You said you can. I'm gonna be up, but yeah, for how long is the question? For how long? Because, baby, don't let her get that blanket under. She be like, Mom, I'm about to take a nap. Me too. I was taking a nap when you called me, but what's going on? Yeah. I love y'all. You and your sister hanging out today. Today is my baby's 23rd birthday with my blow dryer. Girl, I think it's time for me to get a new one. You know the sound they start making. We sleep with blow dryers, me and my kids. Ain't that crazy? She ain't in here. It's her other sister. We sleep with blow dryers. No, it's not her birthday. It's her sister's birthday. Her birthday in a couple weeks. Yeah, that cousin ain't in here. It's Nicole. Eliana's birthday is in a couple weeks. Everybody said, is you coming down for the concert? Y'all still coming down for the concert, right? Is y'all? Or y'all trick me and y'all not coming here? Y'all going somewhere else? You said yes in my rental. Hey, do what you gotta do. Do what you gotta do. See, God, you be thinking now you ain't got to put the miles on your car, girl. God be working it out, don't he? He be working it out. Look at God. Y'all just be careful. Make sure y'all anoint. So what we was gonna read about today. The question I have for y'all is, why do they have so many names? Have you ever met a black person and you got how many names? Why do you have so many names? Tell me. The people in my family got long names too. We've been 7 names, at least 4 and 5 sometimes. Not always, but and everybody in our family got a middle name. I don't think we have anybody that don't have a middle name, but sometimes people have 3. Anybody in y'all family got not just 2 names? You got 13? You have 13 names? Like on your birth certificate? You said you should do one on divine intervention next class. Girl, divine intervention. If y'all would start watching my classes, we talk about divine intervention all the time. Not you trying to act like the people, and I'm going to have to put you out my class too, trying to tell me what to do. We about to talk about divine intervention today. Stay around. Don't leave. You said pace or path. Girl, I don't know. Now, see, you going into something. Don't be trying to put me on blast. It's just always divine intervention. Look at her. Y'all see how they do? Pay attention to what we talking about. You hear me? Pace or path. Listen, the speed, or if you're supposed to be going there, it's either way, it all works out. Because you can try to run ahead of God. He going to put you right back at the same place. Right, I'm going to have to put you out like I do to other people. Don't come here. You know what? Matter of fact, you might not have ever seen this. So let me show you right now. Yeah. See this right here? It says, wait a minute. Oh, there it go, right there. Do not try to teach my class. If you know it, I'll go teach on your own page. So this, you can get it too. Don't think that you can't. These is the rules. Just cause you came out of me don't mean, and you look like me. That ain't nothing. You can get it too. Listen, yeah, I do not discriminate. Young, old, mines, and not mines. You can get it. Everybody. Now, pay attention to the class. Nigga, get your pen and paper out. Listen, y'all see they be trying to tell me what to do. Get your sisters. You said she's a CERCA bite. Right. She probably did left up out of here, but she need to stay in class. Raggedy self. They all raggedy. All of them. All right, get your pen and paper, baby, because it actually is a good class. So come on in here with your mama. Don't leave out. Come on in. You'll never sit through class anyway, probably. Okay. So have you ever thought about why some African people, even some Spanish people, they have long names, right? We think about that. It's like, oh, why do they name them so many names? Or, why do you have so many names, right? Well, I was reading last night. Did I bring it in here? No. Yes, I did. Okay. Hawaiians have long names as well. It all makes sense. So some of y'all have this book and some of y'all don't. It's the Book of Jasher, okay? And there's several different versions of it. I know this. But I wanted to read something to you guys and see what y'all think about. You said I have a lot of Spanish last names. No, I'm saying on your birth certificate. On your birth certificate. Thank you. What it is on your birth certificate, if you got a whole bunch of names. I read something last night, and I just wanted to share it with y'all. We got a few different places we're going to go today. You have 4 in your Creole. You have 4 names. Okay, here we go. This is what I'm talking about. There we go. Okay. So in the 69th chapter of Jasher, right? And it's in the book that I'm reading it, not online. And I just wanted to share something with y'all to see what y'all think about it. Y'all open for that? You said yes, your birth. Oh, so you do have a lot of names. Okay. Can I read something to y'all? Okay. Y'all know how my eyes are, so just bear with me. Okay. Go back here. All right. Okay, it says, and it was at that time that the Spirit of God was upon Miriam, the daughter of Amram, the sister of Aaron. And she went forth and prophesied about the house, saying, Behold, a son will be born unto us from my father and mother this time, and he will save Israel from the hands of Egypt. Now, remember we've talked about children coming and telling you stuff, and most people just, they don't listen to their kids. Oh, you don't know what you're talking about. Go on in there and sit down. Miriam, as a child or a young person, God told her that it was going to be a son born to their family that was going to save Israel. Interesting. We don't hear about that part that I can remember. This is why you need to listen to your kids when they telling you stuff. God will allow you to discern if it's him or them just making up stuff. But a lot of times kids be telling you what it is. Okay? First note. Listen to your kids. Hey. Okay? So then it says, and when Amram heard the words of his daughter, he went and took his wife back to the house, after he had driven her away at the time when Pharaoh ordered every male child of the house to be thrown into the water. So what he did so that he didn't get his wife pregnant or whatever, he just didn't touch her during that time. Right? Because he didn't want none of his babies to be unalive, so he wouldn't touch her. Okay? Which is crazy. I mean, it's not crazy in a bad way. It's just like, okay, he wasn't selfish. Right? He thought about what he was about to do with his body parts and what could happen, and was like, I'll just, until this whole thing is over of them slaying children, I'm not going to touch my wife. Okay? It says, and when Amram heard, oh, I'm sorry, I got to that part. All right. It says, after he had driven her away at the time when Pharaoh ordered every male child of the house to be of Jacob to be thrown into the water. So Amram took Jochebed, his wife, 3 years after he had driven her away, and came to her, and she conceived. So he hadn't slept with his wife in 3 years. Three. 36 months. And the first time he touched her, she got pregnant. Excuse me. Now think about this. Aaron, Moses, and Miriam all had spiritual gifts. Most people always say it's one kid. But this woman and Amram were blessed with 3. 3 children that God was going to use. But do you think that God allowed her womb to be sanctified for 3 years before he put something powerful down on the inside of it? He let her womb be empty for 3 years, not touched sexually or anything for 3 years before he put Moses down on the inside of her. And the first time that they got back together, they conceived. Sometimes God wants to consecrate the place that he wants to put something amazing down in there. It could be your house. It could be you. That's why he was so special. A fresh womb. Come on. Think about Mary. Think about Mary. She wanted a baby, and God kept telling her, chill out. He said, because what I'm going to bring out of you, it ain't going to come out of lust. It's going to come out of love. And not only that, you're going to have the mother of all mothers. She was barren for a long time, but God wanted to do something special in her womb. He didn't want it to be some fluke. He didn't want it to be. And the same thing, even though Moses' mama had already had children, he kept that womb sacred for 3 years. Wasn't no oops babies, wasn't no nothing. Because he specifically knew which egg needed to be released. What sperm batch needed to be released to make Moses. You said, is that significance of abstinence until marriage? Yes. 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 Not that God is not going to let other children come out, but sometimes, and it's not even saying that all children are not special to God, because all people are special to God. But when God wants to do something powerful, he will shut, we read this, he'll shut the womb up until the right egg comes and the right sperm batch comes. Hello. At the right time, because that person, okay, think about Noah. Noah was born at the time he was born, so he had to be able to see all of the hell that the giants had caused, the witches, the warlocks, see the world completely ruined from what God had made it. And then he got to see the renewal of the world. So Noah and his children were the only, other than Og, were the only people that knew what the old world looked like. So Noah's sons had to be born at a specific time. They couldn't be born no time before that. The mama was already over 400. She is already over 4. Wait a minute. That's like Sarah. At God's appointed time. You hear me? And think about Isaac. Ishmael didn't see the angel. Isaac saw the angel. Ishmael didn't get the dream. Isaac got the dream when his daddy was going to die. Isaac got the revelation. Isaac got to be in the midst of the angel. He knew who the angel. He got to see he probably saw more times than that because we don't have the rest of the story. But he saw the angels when they was getting ready to go down and tear up Sodom. And then he remembered, wait a minute, this is one of the angels that came. One of those 3 soldiers that came. Hold on, why is he here? It's not like Abraham didn't have other kids. But the promise was Isaac. So Isaac got the revelation from God. He also got to see the spiritual things that were happening that might have been hidden to the naked eye. You hear me? So there are times where God will take you away, consecrate you, put you off to yourself. Your phone ain't ringing, except for the people that need to be in contact with you. People will fall off, they will go away, and you don't understand. And it's like, it's lonely. No, God wants your attention. He don't want nobody else around you when he gets ready to clean you up. When he gets ready to do something big or new in your life, he's going to take everybody away because he needs, okay, it's just like, we got any farmers or people that have, farms? You can only plant certain vegetables and stuff every so many years because it leaves certain stuff in the soil. So you have to rest from one vegetable or one fruit or whatever and then plant something else so that the soil stays balanced. If you always plant the same thing or don't give the land rest, your yield will be smaller. You said, yes, you have to rotate your crops. Here we go. Can't plant the same thing every time. You can't do the same thing every time. You hear me? You said, well, that just hit right on time. I was just saying how I don't have a lot of people around me anymore, right? But what has he grown in your life since you haven't? You got more self-esteem. You don't feel dirty. You don't feel used. You have strength to say no to certain things. Maybe your mental state has been strengthened. Okay? He grew some things. And if you've been here 2 years, 3 years, whatever, and you've been coming to class and you've been doing your homework, doing the exercises, I know people are. I told y'all when we first started, I said, people going to fall off. Who remembers me saying that? I said, get ready for all the folks to just fade to the background. Because when God gets a hold of your mind and he wants to impart things that he wants to associate, he got to move out of distractions. You remember, Kayla? He said, you in my journal and my convo with Dad this morning, the past few days. Okay. Did the people go away? Hey, Joy. Did the people go away? All your people you was hanging out with when you first came to WOIU, you still kicking it with them like you was? You said my phone don't ring for nothing. Listen. You said nope. You said yes, and they have fallen off. Oh, okay. Nope. Nope, not at all. You said right, because he moved along, moved a lot of people out. You're like, okay, did. And I remember, oh, okay, tumbleweeds blowing. Okay. My circle is a dot, this part. Oh. You said nope, they blew away in the wind. Uh-oh. You said, as I see these four walls, no outside. Baby girl. Ooh, you be like, see, y'all used to laugh when we said, oh, you about to be in a tower too. Don't worry about it. Who feel like God got you up in a tower and you can look down at the people, not like you looking down on them, but he don't let you out there with them. Y'all in a tower too now, huh? See, it was funny when I say he won't let me out. Now you look at y'all. You're okay. But then you get to the point where you be like, it's crazy out there. God, thank you for keeping me in here. At first you be trying to scale down the wall to get out. You be writing notes, throwing them to people like, I'm a prisoner up here. He won't let me out. Can you can come up here. And God be like, clip the rope every time. Snip. I just want some company. He said, you got some me. A real tower, but I'm glad now. Come on. Come on. You said, I have my WRU family calling me now. Good conversations. This part. Feel like a ghost town over here without the ghost. This part. You said, we owe some Rapunzel stuff. This. You said, paper planes to the folks. This part. Dry leaves in the wind. Listen. Listen. You said, yep, that was me on Saturday. Thanks, Dad, for my tower. Come on. To tell you the truth, I don't even miss the phone ringing since the family and friends left my life. Come on. You said, and even when he let me out, I'm like, it's too much. Let me get back inside. Yeah, I told y'all. I said, oh, don't worry about it. In a minute, you're going to be like, it's too peoply out there. I can't. Not that you're scared to live. Not that you're all paranoid. You just realize how much mess and danger and just chaos that you don't have to be around. Peace is different, and it takes some. You said my outside is inside. It is too peoply outside. No, thank you. I don't want anything to disturb my peace. Here we go. You said I just really enjoy my peace. I told y'all. You said, don't nobody call me, and that's cool. Uh-oh. You see how that works? Don't even want company these days. Uh-oh. I was being mean, though. And now, look. I told you, said, I enjoy my peace of mind. Peace is lovely. Mm. Mm. At first, it was difficult because you were so used to, right? But once God brings no arguing, no yelling, no irritated feelings, none of that. You said peace of mind and understanding. Oh, come on, come on, come on. Anybody? You said ask. You said, what you say? You said anybody ask CERCA. What you mean? Listen, this my thing. Okay? Why would I give this up for something that is temporary? God answers all my questions. He don't try to deceive me. Anything I want to know, he's going to tell me. With you, I'm going to have to ask a whole bunch of questions. I'm going to have to try to get it out. He just going to give it to me. He just going to give it to me. CERCA did it, and I'm glad about it. No, God did. Oh, listen, this the thing. But guess what? You all right. When you see how God moves for real, you said Dad don't make you do a scratch and snitch if you trying to find something out, and don't. He'll put it right in your face, so he don't want you to be confused. Who believes that now? Who believes that God don't want you to be confused? He wants you. He even wants you to know the information he know gonna hurt your heart, because he wants you to make informed decisions. He don't want you just making decisions on crazy stuff. He wants you to know the facts, count up the cost. I'm trying to tell you. He don't want you to be deceived. He don't want you to be caught off guard. He wants you to understand because he wants you to succeed. Period. He wants you to do well because when you do well and you pass your test, then you help other people pass their test. When you are honest about what you're struggling with, someone else knows that they're not alone, so then they can go another day. You said facts. He is not the author of confusion. This is why when people try to bring confusion over here, I just be looking at them like, I know who your daddy is. Why is you over here? We over here having a good time. And you done came over here. I just told my godmother that last night. I said, Mama, sometimes we be in the word so thick. I said, and the church folks come over here and they be in our business. And they will stir up an argument and stir up strife, and they think we don't see them. I said, how are you trying to argue with me and I'm talking about the word? Your Holy Ghost didn't click with mine and tell you, ooh, I need to sit down and get some of this. No. I said, Mama, they will see people engaging in class and come in and try to draw attention to themselves. These people are not focused on me. They're focused on the word. They're focused on what they're learning and how this word applies to their life. You looking in the wrong place. You trying to get people to pay attention to you, and I'm following them past me. Hey, go talk to your daddy about, see what he got to say. Think about how he like you to live your life and how he feels about what you're doing. This don't got, CERCA, it don't matter if I like it or don't. Because I'm not the one that's going to put you in heaven or hell, honey. I'm not telling you to listen to my theology. I'm telling you, come on and open your Bible up. What do that word mean? Go look at it. Okay, so do it apply to you? No? Okay, let's go to the next one. It might not apply to you, but it apply to you. Then the next word hit you in your throat. Oh, okay, everybody got something in here. This is a smorgasbord. It is. It's something for everybody in here. You might not eat meat. Oh, we got some vegetables that's going to get you all the way together. Don't even worry about it. It's all in here. You said I can't talk about anything and not get judged in here. You don't get judged in here. Oh, you said you can talk about anything and not get judged. I was about to say we don't judge nobody. You sure can. You said if it don't apply to you today, put it in the drawer because you'll need it tomorrow. This. You said chew the meat and spit out the bones. That part. Okay? So let's keep it moving. All right. I just wanted to see how that, we didn't went all the way where we, okay, come on back. Let me see. Am I in the wrong place? I am. No, I was in the right place. Give me a second, y'all. I didn't close the book talking to y'all. Okay. Thank you so much. Listen, because God knows what you need every day. He knows what every single one of us need to hear today. He knows what we need. He knows what we need to feel like we can go forward. He knows all of it. You said, and yes, I talk about everything and get better. Come on. Come on. It's a real thing. You don't have to figure it out if you let him do it. They be trying like, I'm trying to figure out this. I'm not trying to figure out nothing. I don't have to. It's all scripted. I just got to wait till I get to that part of the movie, and then he going to give me my script and tell me what I'm supposed to do. Not about to be stressed out about it. What I'm going to do? Because me stressing and saying I'm trying to figure it out and he done already figured it out is diabolical. He literally already worked it out. All you got to do is get to that part in the movie. But you keep trying to run on stage early. It's not your time to be on stage. Your cue ain't yet. Have a seat. You said that's it already written. I just have to act it out. My therapist said I changed and improved. Tell your therapist they can come to class too if they want something. Because most of the people that give therapy need it in real life. Tell them they can come over too. You said trip, fall, rips, close just early. This part. Now you can't even go on stage because they got to try to find you something else to wear. I can get some too. You hear me? In real life. That makes me excited. God is moving. I was telling my godmother last night, I said, Mama, it's so many miracles that have happened. She said, you need to get you a book and write them down. It's too many. We would never be able to get through class. It's too many. It's too many to even write. Over the past 3 years, ain't no way we could write down on it. I mean, I guess if you went through every video, but then that ain't the ones, the you said this is my therapy. Come on. The ones that was in my emails, we couldn't write them. So if there was a book of WOIU, even if they took it and got all of our classes into a book, that still wouldn't be, because it's miracles on the website. Well, when whatever was going on with that, it was miracles over there. It was miracles. I got 3-4 emails. It's miracles in all of those. That's not counting my inbox on TikTok and my inbox on Instagram, where there. How can we write them? We couldn't. It's been too many. God has a record of them, but it's been so many here. Moving on. I'm grateful for it. He said it would have to be a series of books, for sure. For sure. It's too many. And I'm grateful to say that it's too many to list. That means God been moving every day, on camera and off camera. Period. I told my godmother something too, and it made me feel very happy. I said, Mama, you know a whole bunch of people been healed, and I have not had to lay my hands on nobody. She said, what? And then we was talking through the conversation. She said, I just keep thinking about you seeing all these people that's been healed, and you ain't had to lay hands on nobody. She said, baby, God is, listen. I was telling her, I said, people, I can't even tell you all. Eyes have been healed, legs have been healed, hearts have been healed, minds have been healed. I said, Mama, I ain't had to lay my hands on nobody. She said, baby, the word is medicine. I said, oh, I say it every day, Mama. The word is medicine, and it will heal your mind, heal your body, heal your heart, heal your family, heal your finances. Come on and get some of this. Here goes a spoonful for you and for you. You hear me? You said that's because Tara been doing all the work. Hilarious. You said reckless. We also got the Zoom club. Listen. The word is medicine. Period. All we do here is study the word. So how did you get better? How did your mind change? You ain't had to be laid out in the floor. You didn't have to do none of that. You just believed in what the word said. And as soon as you started to believe on the word, as soon as you started to try to live the way that the word says you should live, not super sanctified and looking like it. No. Then the things that you have been wanting, you didn't even know you wanted them to leave. They left. You didn't even know that you wanted the life that you have right now, but you wouldn't trade it for the world. You hear me? Your faith that God could do it for somebody else, he could do it for you, is what kept you together. Your faith. I'm reading this story about Adam. I'm reading this story about Enoch. I'm reading this story about Ezra and the brothers of Jacob. Oh God, the brothers of Joseph. I didn't even know I act like that. God, I don't want to be that person. Instantly, something changed in your life. When you started to give God more time, he made your time more valuable. And now you don't just give it to anybody. Before, you didn't care who you gave your time to. You just was chilling and doing this and doing that, but you was always feeling all crazy. Now you don't give your time to too many people, but you have more peace now than you've ever been probably in your life. So when you gave your time to God, you saw how valuable your time was, and you didn't waste it anymore. You don't let other people waste it either. When you see that you can love somebody, but that don't mean they love you, you just keep giving your love to the person that you know love you. Now, yes, we love other people that we know don't love us. But I don't have to keep throwing what God has given me to you and you don't value it. Whether that be friendships, work, whatever. You say, yes, it's getting better. Okay. God will take whatever you give him and make it better. That's your children. That's your marriage. That's your friendships. That's your job. Whatever you give God, he makes it better. If you give him your time, he makes your time more productive. If you give him your heart, he softens it. He said, you can have my love, but not my access. This part. I don't gotta let you over here to love on you. I don't gotta talk to you like that. I can pray for you and intercede for you, and we ain't talked in 10 years. You don't gotta be right up where I'm at. And you could have been and did me dirty. I'll still, God bring me to my mind and say, God bless them. I don't know what's going on, but but I don't gotta be right where you at. I don't have to. Okay, let me run to the restroom. Just do it now. All right, y'all, give me a second. So, can you look up 2 words for me? 2 or 3 words? Purification, sanctification, and commitment. Purification, sanctification, and commitment. Purification, sanctification, and commitment. If you got paper, if you're at work, I know you can't. If you can look up the definitions on your phone, screenshot them, whatever, I need you, if you can write it down, to write down those words and their definitions, please, okay? Purification, sanctification, and commitment. Okay? All right. Oh, shoot. I got to turn this here. I got me some water. I got to turn my head. 70 degrees. I don't even know how cold it is outside, but it must be chilly because it's freezing in here. Goodness gracious. Okay, purification is the process of making something spiritually or ceremonially clean. Thank you. Sanctification is set apart for God. Purification is the removal of contaminants of something. Okay. So can you make a list? Commitment is a pledge or undertaking. So do you think that those three words are powerful in your life right now? Do you feel like they apply to your life right now? Sanctification, purification, and commitment. Sanctification, the state of being made holy or sanctified. You feel like you made a commitment to try to live the way that God wanted you to live, and through that process, He has purified your body, your mind, your soul. He's purifying because He ain't done yet. Your mind cleaner than it used to be. You check your thoughts, so your thoughts are cleaner than they used to be. You said commitment is a promise or obligation, even when difficult, whether a job, person, or project. Ooh. So commitment means you don't give up when it get hard. Good morning. those words have meant anything to you 3 years ago? Or 2 years ago, however long you've been here? Thank you. I appreciate you for that. I appreciate it. I need to twist them. And my hair got some things going on. I don't know. Menopause is doing a number on my hair, but thank you. Did they mean anything to you 3 years ago? You said probably not. You said yes. You said no. Classy lady said nope. Yeah, I was thinking about it, but no. Not really. Yes, they did. Okay. Anybody else? No? You said not in the slightest. Honestly, nephew. You said I'm still committed coming to class and sharing what I learned. Come on. Never thought about it. No. Okay. Now get this. Ooh, hold on. I know what I need to get right here. Okay. How many of you expected God to be committed to you, but you weren't committed to him? And you always wanted God to come see you in your filthy house. Soon as a new boo, a new job, a new money opportunity came, you said, God, I know I've been telling you I'm going to wait on you, but I'm going to just go on and do this real quick. I know you said wait for you to send me somebody, but I'm going to find them myself. I know you said wait for me to send you the money, but I'm about to go find me a hustle. So your commitment lasted as long as the good times were there. Sound like some marriages, I know. You said going to the ER right now. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. You see, you need to go see the infirmary. The doors are open. Did you ever cry about somebody cheating on you and the cheating coming out of the woodwork? You said that was a chop. You said, see how she buttered us up for Miss Lady? She said, see how she buttered us up, told us she loved us and stuff. You said, hitting hard today. I am not doing anything. So you wanted God to send some special things down it. You said, my boyfriend just told me this morning, just because it get hard, you don't give up. Oh. You're not committed to this thing. Oh, listen, 2020, where you going, tomatoes? Oh, I knew I was going to need my shield. You said my head and my throat. Oh. So you will complain to God about your friends not being faithful to you, your job not doing what they say, and they flake out whenever they want to, but that's your whole MO. How dare you? God, they don't never do what they say they gonna do. You don't either. We don't either. And as soon as something that make our flesh feel good come up, we forget about God. We got us a new boo, a new job, a new hustle, a new whatever else it is, a new trend, a new. You said check yourself before you wreck yourself. Let me clear my throat dry. You said let me get my stuff on. Let me go get my soldier stuff, because I see now. You don't think that Amram's or Moses' mama felt some type of way that her husband didn't want to touch her? You don't think that she probably went through a lot of emotions? You said, girl, you got me looking in the mirror at uh-oh. Do you? She probably felt some type of way. What's wrong with me? Wait, hold up. I didn't have these kids 3 years. 36 months. almost 1,000 days, or right at 1,000 days. 1,000 something. Do you think she probably thought she was being punished for something? You said I was talking to him about this morning. He said he need more time for me. Uh-oh. You think she probably felt like God was angry at her or something? Or maybe she had did something? Whole time he was setting her up for a blessing? It didn't look like a blessing. Probably didn't feel like a blessing to her either. But what God was getting ready to do in her womb, every generation after that would know her son's name. In every culture on the planet, in every race of people, in every group, in every nation, her son would be world renowned for generations until the end. So she waited for 3 years for the blessing of God. But since that blessing of God came through her womb, it ain't nobody, and I don't care what language they speak, that don't know about Moses. You said I was saying my kids wasn't listening to me. I've been doing Dad the same way. Uh-oh. Remember what I told y'all about asparagus? Who remembers our study on asparagus? I'm about to show you something. Remember, I said when you plant asparagus, you don't see any produce from that or harvest for 3 years. But you have to water that plant, take care of it every year, do all of this. For 3 years, seeing nothing. How long you gonna pour into something and then you don't see nothing? You gonna stop pouring into it. But guess what? The same amount of time that it takes to grow asparagus was the same amount of time that Jochebed's, I believe that's how you say her name, husband didn't touch her. But just like asparagus gonna keep on growing. You can harvest it sometimes twice, 2 or 3 times a day, and it's gonna shoot up, and you ain't got to keep replanting it. It's just gonna keep growing for up to 20 years. So you wait for 3 years and you see nothing, and every day for 3 years you go and you don't see nothing, and then when it starts growing, it grows so fast you have to cut it 2-3 times a day, and it's gonna grow back for up to 20 years. Just gonna keep on giving. You mean like Moses? She had to wait 3 years. She had already had seeds planted in her and birthed those seeds. But this one was different. You said, yes, my grandparents were asparagus farmers. Very true. Okay. So you had to wait longer. 12 seasons. Instead of just 1 or 2. You had to wait 12 seasons. 4 winters, 4 springs, 4 falls. Okay? Four summers. And still didn't see nothing. But when you do start to see it, okay, you ain't about to stop seeing it. So would you rather get something that you have to plant every season, or wait the 3 years to see what God has for you, and then it just grows and you don't have to do nothing? You're going to have a harvest every year, whether you do anything or not. It's going to come up. Are you willing to wait? Got real quiet in here. Let's go. I know what that means. Because some of y'all been complaining why something ain't showed up yet. Let me get my stuff because I can feel it. I'm going to say that again. Some of y'all been complaining why they showed up yet. All the stuff that came quick, it died off quick too, didn't it? You ain't got it. They ain't around. They was them plants that they shoot up quickly, but when the heat come, they die out. Oh, yep, I knew it was coming. I knew that was coming. You said not yelling it now. Uh-oh. Yes, to the 3 I did for the military. I can do it for the Lord. Oh, okay. You said you wait longer for a better. Okay. You been complaining? God, why you? It's taking so long. I know that. The way this radio just threw a song on and started hitting the slow, I got real quiet. Oh, you okay? You said the waiting season is the winning season. It is. You said, yes, I asked for patience, so I'm learning now from being impatient. Yeah. Because when you ask for patience, you just ask God to make you wait. And then these be the people that be mad because stuff ain't hurrying up and coming. What don't ask? What? You just said, God, please make me wait. As long as you want to. You said I've learned to say things in a different right. Because the only way for you said, dang, well now I see. Oh, okay. You said gotta learn the fine print. Come on. Asking God for patience is saying, God, make me wait for everything I ask you for. You said one of the fruits of his spirit is long suffering. That's true. But understand what you're saying when you say it. You're asking God to put you in a situation you can't leave. For real. Think about it. Count up the cost before asking. I hope you do. All right, here we go. It says, and at the end of 7 months from her conception, she brought forth a son. Did y'all hear that? I'm going to say it again. And at the end of 7 months from her conception, she brought forth the son. So Moses was born what we would call early. My brother, I have one brother, he was born at 7 months. So man would say the baby was born early. God would say that baby was born exactly when I wanted that baby to be born. Because miracles is going to come out this child. Oh. And the whole house was filled with a great light, as of the light of the sun and moon at the time of their shining. Where else have we seen that? We've seen that for sure 2 other times. Noah and who else? Jesus. So Jesus, Noah, and Moses, the exact same thing happened at their birth. As soon as they came out, light filled the whole space. Interesting. Maybe that's why they have all of the lights in the delivery room. Even on Look Who's Talking, when the baby came out, the first thing they saw after coming through the darkness was what? Interesting. All right. It says, and when the woman saw the child, that it was good and pleasing to the sight, she hid it for 3 months in an inner room. In those days, the Egyptians conspired to destroy all the Hebrews there. And the Egyptian women went to Goshen, where the children of Israel were, and they carried their young ones upon their shoulders, their babes who could not yet speak. And in those days, when the women of the children of Israel brought forth, each woman had hidden her son from before the Egyptians, that the Egyptians might not know of their bringing forth, and might not destroy them from the land. Sound familiar? Interesting. Does this sound familiar? Only a certain group of people, they want to kill their kids, their sons. Sound familiar? Okay. All right. Interesting. It says, and the Egyptian women came to Goshen, and their children who could not yet speak were upon their shoulders. And when an Egyptian woman came into the house of a Hebrew woman, her babe began to cry. And when it cried, the child that was in the inner room answered it. So the Egyptian women went and told it to the house of Pharaoh. Look how cunning the devil was. Another woman knows when another woman is pregnant. But they would hide the birth, so the devil was sending the Egyptian women into the Hebrew women's houses. Good morning. And you know, when one baby cry, they all cry. Ain't that crazy? So then they would know it was a baby in the house. If one baby start crying, 9 times out of 10, the other kid's gonna cry. They don't even know why they crying. Or maybe they do. We don't understand baby language, but other babies do. Ain't that crazy? That was a way for them to find out if it was a baby in the house. He said, ooh, this is a part of the conversation Shindy and Trina and I was having yesterday and the day before. Pretty cool. Right on time. Okay? Do you see? The devil got his ways and God got his ways. No. We haven't got there yet. We on a whole nother thing, nephew. Sorry. I see where you're going, but we talking about how God helped. First of all, why they have so many names, and then 2, when God holds something up from you, what's coming? We talked about how Moses' mother's womb was, her husband didn't touch her for 3 years, but God was consecrating her womb because he was getting ready to put something special down into it. Yep, so we haven't talked about the line. We just started right here when Moses was born. Okay? So with that, you said maybe that's why they all have those lights when the baby is born. I don't know. But think about this, right? Okay? Think about this. They hid their babies in an inner chamber. But Lucifer sent his agents in there with another baby for that baby to cry, to call out to the other baby. What do you think those mothers felt? You hear me? What do you think those mothers felt? You think their heart dropped? They made it through their whole pregnancy, have been able to hide their babies, and then the enemy sent somebody in their door. You don't let people in your house that you don't mess with. Whole time it was the enemy. You holding your baby in your arms and you trying to get my baby snatched out of mine. So why is what you produced any more valuable than what I produced? Think about that. You gotta be my friend if I let you in my house. I gotta sit there and for an hour while you visiting, watching you hold your baby, and whole time you're sent there to destroy my house, to try to take from under me while you holding yours. You trying to get mine taken away from me. And I didn't let you in my house. I let you in my circle. And now you want to steal from me what God gave me, all the while holding yours? That's bold. Okay? I invited you into my space. When your baby cry, my breasts fill up. And I got to let my baby be hungry back here in this room. Right, betrayal. Do you hear me? Because look at what it said right here. It said, and in those days when the women of the children of Israel brought forth, each woman had hidden her son from before the Egyptians, that the Egyptians might not know of their bringing forth, and might not destroy them from the land. Okay? And the Egyptian women came to Goshen, and their children who could not speak were upon their shoulders. And when the Egyptian women came into the house of the Hebrew woman, her baby began to cry. So it's somebody you trusted. It's somebody you trusted around what you feel delicate, which is the inside of your home, that actually was coming to take what it was that you had produced. That's crazy, but it happens all the time. You let people into your circle, and the whole time they there to steal what you built, to tear you. I mean, how many people have let a woman or a man in their house thinking this person was a friend, and that person stole their husband or wife from them, destroyed their family, hurt their child? You said it reminds me of what the lady did in the time of Solomon, where she was trying to steal the other lady's baby and had to bring it in front of the king. Come on. So there are always going to be people and situations around you that you trust that you shouldn't. They trying to find out your secrets. They trying to find your weaknesses so they can try to take what it is that you produced. People are wild. Because they had to get in their inner circle. They had to. You don't just let strangers in your house. You don't just let strangers know you know what I'm saying? You don't. So for her to let this woman in her house, in her sacred space, in her personal life, and whole time, the lady is a spy to try to tear up her life, to try to take her child, and not just take it, to unalive it, to cause her pain. You hear me? Think about that. That means she probably been watching her. You know it's a baby. You know when a woman is pregnant. So your neighbor been watching your house. waiting for the right time to come in and take what you built, what you had to work hard for, what you had to struggle for, and you let them in. Crazy. You see? She carried that baby. She went through the aches and pains of her hips spreading. She had to eat right to get that baby there. She had to go through and then do all of this and then bear it in silence. You can't be screaming and hollering and they know you a Hebrew woman and you about to give birth. So that means she had to bite down while going through the pain all by herself. Couldn't make no noise. And had to give birth in silence. And then try to hurry up and nourish what she had to birth by herself because she knew somebody else was coming to take it. So she had to protect it and put it where nobody could see it. Nobody could hear it. Nobody even knew that it was alive. Make me think about my ministry. 100%. God took me away. He made me sit and learn. He gave me the foundational things that I would need to run this school, but he wouldn't let me tell nobody about it. And I had to just nurse it while it was in silence. Keep it quiet. Don't tell nobody. Because there was people that would have came and tried to steal from me what God had produced through my pain. Do you hear me? They would have killed it before it could ever live, while holding on to their dreams, all the while try to destroy mine. Try to destroy what God was trying to produce in me. You hear me? And I had to bear it in silence. Nobody was around. You hear me? You said you always hear me. I hear you. I hear what you're saying. I'm just saying. So this hits home in a number of ways. You see what I'm saying? This is why I quit telling people my ideas. This is why I quit telling people the things that God was telling me. This is why the partnerships that I kept trying to build, God wouldn't let me build them or bringing people into what it was that I was doing, because he knew they whole job was trying to steal it or tear it up. I'm telling you what I know. They was going to come and try to destroy it before it could ever even get started. And in my other businesses and in my other things, he showed me. It happened. Tried to bring people in, made them sign the non-disclosure. I quit talking to them for a month. I get on, whatever social media back in the day, and they literally stole my business idea, whole everything that my plan and everything, and that are using it. So not only are you a thief, you're gonna take money out of my pocket. When I tried to bring you in to help you get some. I'm sure this lady, when she came in her house with her baby, offered them something, offered them a drink, offered them kindness, and the whole time, you coming to steal what I produced. You trying to steal what I waited years for. She had to wait 3 years to get Moses. Her husband did not touch her for 36 months. So she had to wonder if God was mad at her. She had to wonder if her husband didn't. She probably went through all kind of mental anguish. Then the first day he busts her down, she pregnant. Now she has to hide what God has put down on the inside of her. Can't even act like she pregnant. Can't even act like she carrying nothing. How many of you, God has put something down in your heart, but you had to hide it? You couldn't tell everybody what you was doing because they was going to steal your idea. Hello. It's a real thing. Some people only get close to you so that they can take from you. They will come into your intimate space. You said multi-layered stress. Listen. Sabotage. You come in acting like my friend, whole time you working for the enemy. You came here to destroy what it is that God has allowed me to produce. You wasn't there when I conceived it. You don't know how long I had to wait for that day. You wasn't here when I had to nourish it. You wasn't here when I had all the growth pains of my life changing to birth what it was that God put on the inside of me. And then even once he told me what it was, I still had to keep it secret until the time when it was supposed to be revealed to the masses. You hear me? You said your addiction to being helpful can harm your God projects. They are quietly developing before birth. Listen, how did I just come in and you already in my business? Hey, family. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, Nisi Boo, because y'all be in my business too. Came to destroy, disrupt, shoot down, downplay because the fruition of it was something beautiful. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. You hear me? It's real. You said never understood what God was doing, but I do now. Come on. It's easy for you to feel like you being punished and you don't even know that God is setting you up. Here we go. Let's do it. Okay. All right. It says, and when it cried, the child that was in the inner room answered it. So the Egyptian women went and told it at the house of Pharaoh. And Pharaoh sent his officers to take the children and slay them. Thus did the Egyptians to the Hebrew women all the days. That's what's happening now with neighbors. People's children are being taken away from them. Their husbands are being their husbands and daughters are being taken away, and the neighbors and the work people and the people at their job is the ones turning them in. People they probably fed. People they probably let their kids come over there and play. People they probably help put a tire on their car and everything else. It's right here. It be the ones closest to you. And the authorities came and took their children. Interesting. So ain't nothing new under the sun. That the people that you let into your space, the people that you let into your personal life, some of them is there to tear your whole house up. They there to tear your business up, tear your reputation up. Think about it. They came in as friends. Whole time they were spies. You ain't gonna let nobody in your house you don't trust. You're not gonna tell nobody your business you don't trust. But then that person goes to the authorities or to whoever else and turns on you. All the while being in your face. Trying to steal your ideas. Whatever it is. trying to steal your husband, trying to steal your wife, trying to steal your life. It's right here. You said, I know someone who did that. Listen, you said betrayal doesn't come from strangers. It does not. Now, what's real crazy is this. Look at this. Smiling faces. Come on. And family is the worst. Listen, you said I had my closet friend do that to me. Uh-oh. Your closest friend. I'm sorry. You said some they're there to tear up what you don't see or ignore to see. This part. I'm in Jasher, honey. Mm-hmm. Okay. Here we go. It's craziness. All right. Blah, blah, blah. All right, it says, and it was at that time, about 3 months from Jochebed's concealment of her son, that the thing was known in Pharaoh's house. And the women hastened to take away her son before the officers came. And she took from him an ark of bulrushes and daubed it with slime and with pitch and put the child therein. And she laid it in the flags by the river's brink. And his sister Miriam stood afar off to know what would be done to him and what would become of her words. And God sent forth at that time a terrible heat in the land of Egypt, which burned up the flesh of man like the sun in his circuit. Interesting. And it greatly oppressed the Egyptians. Is God getting ready to send some heat now? The sun getting hotter, ain't it? So the same thing that was happening right before the plagues is starting to happen now. They were killing or rounding up a certain group of people, unaliving their babies. Neighbors was telling on folks, and then it got real hot. You said, get on my brain left a lot. I was just about to say the cycle about to repeat. Come on. Come on. Okay, here we go. Listen. It's all about to be right here again. Here we go. Ooh. All right. All right. It says, and all the Egyptians went down to bathe in the river. Never mind. And all the black folks went down to bathe in the river on account of the consuming heat, which burned up their flesh. Niggas is always gonna go swimming when it's hot. They gonna go take 25 showers. As long they don't care if they just went in the house, lotioned up and did everything. They will go get back in the shower. Soon as a drop of sweat go down their neck or a drop, they not about to walk around sweaty and stinking. But I take 7 showers in the summertime, especially if you expect me to be outside. Huh. You said hit the pool and a purple popsicle. Come on. You said they're trying to get wiser. The water. You said the water hydrant open to get even with. Come on. We gonna bust the ant ears. We'll make a pool, nigga. You said I'm a big girl. I take multiple showers too. This part. Soap and rag in hand. Fan on AC on low. I'm trying to tell you. We don't care about no water bill in the wintertime. I mean in the summer. Nigga, I already know my water bill and electric bill gonna be high. Because I'm gonna take 1,000 showers. And this AC gonna be on. Hello. You said water hose. I'm trying to tell you. Listen, here we go. Crazy, right? All right. So it says, and Bethia, The daughter of Pharaoh went also to bathe in the river, owing to the consuming heat. And her maidens walked at the riverside, and all the women of Egypt as well. I refuse to be sticky, sweaty, or stanky. What? I won't do it. Okay? Here we go. And Bathia lifted up her eyes to the river, and she saw the ark upon the water, and sent her maid to fetch it. And she opened it and saw the child, and behold, the babe wept. And she had compassion on him, and she said, "This is one of the Hebrew children." And all the women of Egypt walking on the river side desired to give him suck. So they all tried to breastfeed him, but he would not suck. For this thing was from the Lord, in order to restore him to his mother's breast. It's always going to be a pretender trying to nourish what you birthed. They can take care of it better than you, and they didn't even birth it. They can do it better than you. They can run their business better than you, but they didn't, come on. You can't nourish what you didn't birth. That baby wasn't taking nobody milk but the person that birthed it, and God set it up that way. Interesting. Interesting. Y'all want me to make that plain for y'all? Ooh. A person will see your husband or wife and think that they started out that way. That's the equivalent to your baby daddy's flavor of the week saying, "Our son." Oh, you gonna just take my stuff, niece? That is, I just said it. We right there together. Somebody seeing your marriage that you built, they don't know that you and your husband and wife started out rubbing two nickels together. But they see them in their finished state and say, "Ooh, I can do better than you can with that." They don't know what you had to go through to get that person to who they are today. They don't know what you had to go through to help this person become the person they are. And they want to tell you that they can do better with it than you can. You didn't even produce this. You didn't go through the growing pains of this marriage. You didn't go through the growing pains when we didn't know what we was going to eat and we had to share a $5 sandwich. You wasn't here. You wasn't here when we had to go to the CAP office together and get the light bill paid because neither one of us could get the money, baby. But now you see him or her all dressed up, wigs nice, hair nice, car nice, and you feel like you should benefit from something that you didn't produce. Interesting. And tell me you can do a better job at it than I can. Got it. Mind blowing. Mind blowing. You said missing the whole struggle saga, this part. And that's why when they get it, they don't know what to do with it. Because I learned the ins and outs of this thing. It might overtake you. Because every part of this baby growing in me, whatever God put down on the inside of me, my body had to adjust. My hips spread. Yours didn't. Hello? You understand? Now, that's not saying that God might not give you something that somebody else produced. But if we're looking at it like this, these women had their babies in their hand, coming into somebody's house purposely to steal what they birthed, all the while keeping their dream together. It's like a person will come and they married or in a relationship, okay, and they'll come and wiggle their way into your life, Okay? Steal everything that siphon everything that God has given you, and then go back to their spouse and leave your life toe up. Your mind, your spirit, your relationship with God, your finances, your children. Hello? Because they don't never intend on getting rid of their stuff. They gonna keep their stuff right here while tearing up your stuff, thinking that their stuff is secure. But God always got a trick for folks like that. Started from the bottom and we here. Does that mean you could easily jump? Does that mean you could easily jump in and disrupt what God produced in me? Right, right, right. You said you like the money from his business, but I wrote the business plan. Woo, you own it with this one. Listen, 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 listen. Ain't that crazy? And some folks left out of here. They said, "Oh, that's my cue," because I'm literally living that life right now. Let me go. Y'all can come back later if y'all need to. Don't worry. Tap, tap, tap. Yep, that was your thing. Moving on. 7 people said, "Ooh, that's my cue. I got to go. I'm living that right now." No, she didn't. Who is this lady? Let me get out of here. You said their identity was found in this Satan serpent playground and is looking real unfamiliar. Listen, ain't that crazy? They got right on up out of here. They said, no, this lady didn't. Hello, she need to go put some clothes on. I got clothes on. I got me, and I don't got pajama pants on today. I'm dressed under here. But I did bring my hammer. That's a part of the costume. You said we listen and we don't judge. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I'ma just... we gon' call it like it is. Mm-hmm. We're gonna move on. All right. You said waiting to exhale. Listen. Mm-mm. Yeah, okay. These is not my words. I'm just saying, I was just trying to give you a parable. Something to compare it to. You understand? All right, here we go. All right. It says and the women, I'm sorry, and all the women in Egypt walking on the river. Oh, we read that. Da, 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 da. All right, 21, it says, and Miriam, his sister, was at the time amongst the Egyptian women at the riverside. And she saw this thing, and she said to Pharaoh's daughter, shall I go fetch a nurse of the Hebrew women, excuse me, that she may nurse the child for thee? And Pharaoh's daughter said to her, go. And the young women went and called the child's mother. And Pharaoh's daughter said to Jochebed, take the child away and suckle it for me, and I will pay thee thy wages, 2 bits of silver daily. And the woman took the child and nursed it. Not you getting paid to take care of your own baby. Come on, Dad. Not you getting paid to take care of your own child. Look at God. Now look. She had to wait 3 years for her husband to touch her. Then she had to go through this pregnancy. Then she had to send her baby away to get him right back in her arms and get paid for it. I said, what? I said, come on in, Dad. Oh, okay. Not paying me to do what I was going to do anyway. Hello. She getting paid for waiting. You hear me? But it was her baby, though. You see that? He is good. Because she had to wait on her husband. Her husband hadn't been with her in 3 years. She had this baby. Then she got to worry about them unaliving the baby. Now she didn't have to get the baby awake. I said, just wait. I got a plan. Dang, calm down. Her baby's only 3 months old. Remember that. He's 3 months, 90 days. Okay? You gonna give up your 90-day-old baby to somebody and believe that God is gonna bring them back to you? Huh? You done already hid the pregnancy, had the baby by yourself, hid the baby, and now you got to give the baby up at 90 days. Will you believe that God will bring you your child back? Do you believe it? Huh? Hey, sis. Baby, my baby just passed 90 days. Oh, pumpkin. Hi, Titi Bay. Okay. So this hitting home for you. You looking at your baby like, wait a minute, what? My team? Well, wait a minute, God. See? You said that's a true test right there. Oh, yeah. Oh, you said, where my baby? Come here, baby. Mama's so sorry. I ain't gonna get frustrated with you or nothing. I'm sorry for fussing at you. You can wake me up whenever you want to in the middle of the night. Make you look a little differently. She said, come here, Tink. You said, yeah, this a bit much. You didn't grab your baby. Mama love you. I don't know. You don't know what God is going to ask you to do. You said, I can tell you from personal experience, I wouldn't give nobody my baby. My baby daddy's mom tried to get a hold of mine at 90 days. I told that literal witch, HE, double hockey sticks, now. Many have given their babies up for adoption and later they come looking for them. Exactly. You said it would be a challenge. You said, Jesus. Monty said, wait a minute. Monty, are you a father? You could give your babies up at 3 months and just trust that God was going to bring them back to you? You said, I can hear, I wish I would in the distance. This part. See, we read these stories, but we don't put ourselves in the story. People say, ooh, whatever God asked me to do. Are you lying to yourself or the people? Huh? Who you lying to? You ain't lying to God because he know what you going to do. Interesting. You hear me? You said my first was taken at months by her grandmother and father. Wow. You said, know thyself and thy people. You said this hits home. Listen. The Lord made me give my 2 children I raised for the majority of their lives to their dad. He said he will restore them. Okay. You said that is a true test of faith. Think about it though. When we read the Bible, we just read it like, oh, somebody else. Put yourself in every shoe of the people that you read and then see if you would be okay with that. Okay? Now look. Here we go. Ooh. All right. It said, and at the end of 2 years, when the child grew up, she brought him to the daughter of Pharaoh, and he was unto her as a son. So she got to raise her baby till the baby was 2 and then had to hand it off to somebody. Just what you just said. And go back. You got to watch your child call another woman mama. After you done wanted to nurse this baby took, yeah, they paid you. But now you got to give your baby up. This baby calling you by your name and calling this person mama. And you got to watch it when she come in and say, hey, mama, baby. Oh, hey, mama, baby. Hey, mama, baby. And you know for a fact that your womb carried that baby. When they had his birthday party, you didn't get to play in it. You didn't get to have nothing. No parts, and you didn't get to take part in it. You didn't get to say, ooh, my baby first birthday. You had to watch another woman get the praise that you should for your child. You said, ooh, my heart. You said, I'd be sick. Okay, come on. Oh, my. Okay, here we go now. See, y'all feeling it now. You feeling it? All the mamas in here like, oh, hell no. My baby is crawling, y'all. And the mama like this. Y'all, listen, he can say mama now. Say mama. See, mama. Surrogate for your own child. Come on. You said side piece versus baby mama spirits clash and wives versus side piece clash. The baby daddy and husband suit. Here we go. You said I'm not even a mom and I'm sick. Come on. Come on. When they cry and you want to comfort them, and when they happy and run into your arms. You said on a hard day when they laugh and it makes you laugh and you got to watch them do it to somebody else. Listen, my face would have given me away. You said, oh, this is it? Okay. Make you feel a little different about Moses and his mama. Would you feel like she was blessed? Think about it. Her husband didn't touch her for 3 years. Then he touched her and she got pregnant. Then she had to hide the pregnancy. Then when the baby was there, when she went into labor, she couldn't scream, couldn't holler. She had to do that in silence, go through the pain. Then hide the baby for 3 months. Then give the baby up. Then, okay, she got to put her baby in his dangerous waters, alligators and everything. Hello. Hippopotamuses, snakes and everything. He's 90 days old. Okay. Then somebody do get her baby. Then she got to be paid to be a nanny to her baby. But once her baby turned 24 months old, mind you, she sent him away at 3 months. Now she got to hand her baby over to another woman and let her raise him as her own. You said trial and tribulation in full effect. Would you feel like she felt like she was blessed? Would you say that her life was blessed in just that amount of time, in that 5-year period? You said, ooh, I'd be sick. This. No. If this was your friend telling you they had to go through all of this, would you feel like your friend was blessed? Very tumultuous. You're right. You said, hell no. Girl, this is crazy. This is that. And so, wait a minute. So, you only got with him one time. You got pregnant, then you couldn't even tell nobody you was pregnant. You had to have a baby at home by yourself. Then you said you would feel like she was the opposite of blessed. You said, absolutely not. So, sometimes being blessed don't look like it, right? You said, I would have thought I was being punished. Ooh. Understanding how God works, though, a blessing would have been coming, right? But most people would think that their friend was not being blessed. I can say I wouldn't. I'd be like, girl, I don't know. Goodness gracious. Raise your baby for 2 years and give it up for adoption. And you had to go through the pregnancy by yourself, have the baby by yourself, hide the baby, all of this stuff. Come on. I would have been like, girl, you want to crash? You said, let's go on and crash out. We just going all in. Nephew said, come on, you ready? You want to go? Because what we need to do. You said, I be feeling like, girl, them weapons formed against you kind of prospering a little bit. This. You said, I'd be crushed. Okay. If I saw them unaliving babies, I might think it was blessed. Okay. I can see that. He got saved. Okay. You said an episode of Snapped. I will question God asking why. See, and this is the real emotion we be looking for. Everybody ain't saying the same. Somebody said, yes, I think she will be blessed because her baby got saved. Her baby didn't die. Right? You said, because that's too much. Nia, you said it would have been like Sophie on The Color Purple. Right. Talking about postpartum. Ooh. Do you see how real these stories are, though? Because there's women that go through this. This is a real thing even to today. There are hateful parents and hateful family members that will let a woman go through her birth, and then as soon as that baby is born, they are trying to plot on how to take that baby from her. Keep calling CPS because they want the baby for themselves. In real life. I know some people. Didn't support the mama while she was pregnant. Didn't take her to none. But now you want her baby. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Interesting. Here we go. Oh, I'm not even reading from this. Look at that. So used to reading online. Okay, here we go. You said my daughter was the first girl. They all had boys. Oh, I know how I go. I know how I go. I lived it myself a couple times. And then mistreated the baby girl. I lived it. I'm telling you what I know. I lived it. Going through that. When I went through foster care without a family, I always told myself when I have children, I don't want them going through what I went through. And I will help them with my grandkids. This part you said, hot as fish grease. Listen. Interesting. The word is juicy. Being deceitful the whole time. I'm trying to tell you. All right, here we go. So, all right. It said, and Pharaoh's daughter said to her, go. We got that. We got that. Okay. At the end of 2 years, when the child grew, and she brought him to the daughter of Pharaoh, and he was unto her as a son, and she called his name Moses, for she said, because I drew him out of the water. So, Pharaoh's daughter named him Moses, right? So, if you can, write down Moses. Write down Moses. He said, that's why I told my baby daddy's mama, no, she plotted and took her other grandkids for steak and stamps. Baby! Hello. I saw how she did her own daughter, them kids, and them kids. She said, girl. Told me to get an abortion, and when I went and after that, her immediate plot was how she was going to take my kids. Imagine another bee getting to name your baby. Mm-hmm. You said you got an auntie that's the same way? Listen, I told y'all I had to fight with my mama like people have to do with their baby daddies. No joke. Crazy. Still trying to undo the wounds that she caused to my children. And it was always about this for her. But mistreating my kids like crazy. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Trying to tell you. I lived it. I lived it. And that's why I tell my kids, just like you, Diana, I said, I'm going to help your kids stay with you. Now, if you just got to send them to me, okay. But I'm going to help them stay with you because God gave them to you. They are your children. They are not my children. They are my grandchildren. I don't want to raise your kids. My mama used to say that, but that's not what her heart was saying. I really don't want to raise my grandkids. I want to help you with my grandkids. But no, I don't want your children. I don't want them calling me mama. I don't want them to love me more than they love you. I sure do not. Those are your children. God gave them to you. If you need me to help you with your children, I will help you with your children. But I'm not taking your kids. I mean, unless there's something, whatever. No, I want my kids to raise their kids because God gave them to you. He knew you were going to be an amazing mother. My job is just to help you do that. But a lot of times their mamas be feeling guilty about the way that they was, and they still on some I'm better than everybody, even my children. Crazy. Mm-mm. Y'all see, I love my grandbabies. But guess what? You gotta stay at your mama house. I will come to your mama house and watch you in your space, in your room, with your toys, with your stuff. Now, if you have to come here, that is something different. But I'm gonna do everything in my power to keep you with your mama, with your daddy. Nope. Listen, that's me. I'll help you, but I don't want none of them. None of them. You said 6. I love them, but send them back. Yeah, I did my part. I did my part. I'm gonna help in any way that I can, but baby, no, I don't want your kids. And see, a lot of older women, they was weird. As close as I am to my mom, and my son, he still clings to me when he's scared. I'm still the first face he looks for in the morning. Everybody needs to know their role. This. And then they be mad and trying to turn your kid. I did my part. They be trying to turn your kids against them when they see how your kids love on you. I'm literally still living it right now, y'all. This is not far-fetched. I'm still living it right now. And my son is 28. My daughter's 26. Today, my daughter's 23 and 22. I am still living this right now. To this day, right now, I'm still living it. Any chance? Well, moving on. Anyway, let me run to the bathroom. You hear me? You said I can't wait to have. They so wonderful. They're so buttery and just full with love. They're nothing like your children. They are always happy to see you. Hi, and then the parent get in the camera. You be like, move. Hi, baby. Hi. I love you. And the parent be on the side like this. Hello, hello, move. My grandbaby's trying to talk to me. My grandbaby wants to see her grandma's face. He eat grandma's face. Move. I seen your face for a long time. Move. Why is you in the camera? Goodness gracious. I had to deal with the disrespect of my mom not telling folks I was the mom they thought she was. Yeah, my mama was telling my kids to call her and my daddy mama and daddy. I told y'all when my daughter was six years old. My daughter said, Grandma told me that you're my sister and you're irresponsible and her and Papa are my dad. I said, that is not your mother. I am not your sister. And she, what? In real life, I'm not, this was in 2007. It's not too far removed. I'm trying to tell you what I know. Yes, kept telling my kids I was their sister. Just listen. And y'all wonder why I don't be where she at, healed. Mm-mm. 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 Mind you, my kids know. She tried to brainwash my kids. Told my kids I didn't want them. I didn't really want to be their mothers. No, you didn't tell them that you told me to abort all of them. You didn't tell them that you came to my house to kick the second one out of me. You don't tell those stories, though. You just make up stories about me, but you don't tell your real stories about who you really was. That you hounded me until I was 6 months that I needed to get an abortion. Then you told me, okay, you didn't get an abortion, so give them up for adoption. You don't tell that, but you tell them I did not want them. I left your house so I could stay pregnant, crazy. Do you understand? Had called all these people asking them if they wanted my baby, my son. Talking about you need to get a baby to this person. I'm not giving my baby to no. What is wrong with you? So fighting to protect my child. Oh, I know it. All my kids. I know it. You said is my mother and your sisters, or yeah, and her auntie and your cousin and your grandma. Yes, because the same spirit runs through them. The Jezebel spirit, which is manipulation, control. They're covetous, they're jealous, and they're envious. Yes. Yep. Exactly like Celie. And her sisters be on that same stuff. Well, the ones that was when they was living, a lot of them was on the same stuff too. They took their kids from their daughters, and then didn't even treat them right for real. You said grandmother and auntie over here. Listen, because they didn't. I don't know what that is. I do not want my kids, baby. I want you to raise them. I will be the best grandma, whatever you need me to do. I'm not. My oldest daughter is about to have my fourth grandchild right now. I've not talked to her in a year, since last September. I sent stuff. I did my part. She said, Mom, respect my boundaries. I respect her boundaries. I don't call her phone. I might text her on my grandkid's birthday, send a little $25 for some gifts or something. But I respect my kids' boundaries. My mama didn't know how to do that. And I'm not talking bad about her. I'm just telling you the truth. So part of me and my two older kids, the reason our relationship was strained, it was my mother. And now what they have to do is tell her, Grandma, you made that up. That wasn't true. Because she had everybody else believing the lies because I wasn't around the family. So she could make up whatever she wanted to make up, and they believed it. None of them ever called me to see if what she was saying was the truth. They just believed her. Whole time, she was the one trying to steal my kids. You said the Jezebel spirit tries to show up in my mother and I shut it down every time. I'm trying to tell you. He said, got to fight to the end for mine. Yeah, I needed help back then, but I would have found a way without it. Yeah. You said the way she would have never saw me or my child. This is why I moved to the Midwest. Y'all thought I just up and moved for no reason. My baby was 6 weeks old when I left. I had a 6-year-old, a 4-year-old, a 15-month-old, and an 8-week-old. And I left the state with damn near a stranger and cut out. I'm trying to tell you. My baby had her 6-week checkup, and we was living in another state within a week and a half after that. I was not playing. I'm getting the hell away from y'all. All of them. You said I'm going through something similar with my kid's mother and her zesty husband. Oh, petty. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, it's some folks out here. They come into your house, but they come in and steal your life. I'm trying to tell you. You said I moved away too. When she comes to visit, she can't stay longer than a week. Girl, I be trying to give her 4 days. The last time she came, ooh, Jesus. Oh my gosh, she came for my daughter's graduation, y'all. She was supposed to stay 4 days. Baby, she stayed 9. I said, what are you go on? She didn't offer to come here. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. Caused havoc in my house too. The host was leaving, taking off, walking, wasn't say, you don't know this city. Made everything about her the whole time she was there. No, ma'am. When I go to my kids' house, I serve them. Whatever they need me to do, I'm doing that. I don't make it about me when I go to my kids' house. My mama, she expect everybody to cater to her and this and that, and she want to try to make you feel small. I don't do that. I be asking my kid. I go, I start cleaning up, whatever. You got the kids, you go do what you got to do. I don't be on that. Telling people she always wanted to move here. Ooh. It's sad you can't trust your mom with your kids, even for the summer. They adults, and she's still manipulating everyone. I'm trying to tell you. Same. I was out. They followed me to the new state. Yeah, mama turned into a stranger real quick, and she did. My mom went to witches and tried to do witchcraft, but it didn't work. She tried to poison my kid's mind, and that didn't work. Jealous I'm close with my kids. That's what it be. You said, wow, my grandmother did that to me. She had a whole church coming at me, believing her lies. Baby, I'm trying to tell you. My mother always said, my G-Ma took me from her. I didn't believe it until a few months ago. I'm 40. Yes! Yes! My mama's still on the same thing. I'm trying to tell you. She ain't changed. She didn't went from January. Now she working on the great-grandkids. And I love my mama to death. Well, to life, whatever. But she ain't changed her stripes not one time. You said, and the grandmother says, I'm here to visit and see my grandkids, and then hugs and kisses a number while you looking at them with a side eye. This. My stepmom is like, it's a real thing. Now, how is it if it ain't real that so many of us went through it? And now my grown kids are watching her do it to their little cousins. And they're like, oh my God. I said, y'all used to be mad at mommy. And look, mommy was trying to tell you the truth. But I didn't even fight with it no more. I was like, look, it is what it is. You going to say what you want to say. Y'all going to do. That's why I don't talk to nobody in my family, because they all aided her. Brothers, cousins, everybody. Aunties, they all aided her in what she was doing. You said my mother used to call the police and have my whole school believing a lie she made because I refused to give her my whole checks while working. Girl, oh, so your mama act like my mama too. It's about the money. Because as soon as the kids turn 18, all of a sudden they can't stand them no more. And they going to have to get out of here. And if you can't give me no money, you getting... Oh, so as long as you can get something on your taxes form or whatever it was. Baby, look. I thought I was the only one going through this. Yep. The whole family hating on me. Yeah. People like that are often sad about their life. They'll have it all and still want yours. My mama. Listen. I told y'all we family for real. Remember I told y'all God had to get me to where I wasn't attached to anything, nothing. When he said, will you leave your family? Yes. And I'm grateful for it. I sure will. In a heartbeat. Leave everything in here if I had to. If he tell me to go, I'm out. I'm not staying here and being miserable with y'all. He said, yes, they are the same. The stuff you be saying, it's a book of my life, right? And this is why you can't be scared to tell what you go through. Because guaranteed it's other people that have went through the same thing. They always try to embarrass you or whatever. Tell people, oh, she can't do this, he can't do that, but they don't tell them what you're doing for them so that you can't focus on what you need to. Because listen, a friend of mine sent me a deep freezer. Mom-in-law asked, can we afford it? Can we afford to put meat in it? That's you mad because ain't nobody. My mom used to say that all the time. Don't nobody. She still said, don't nobody give me nothing. And I know why, because you always trying to take from somebody. She'll work. My mama will work, but she also is about getting over on folks. Plain and simple. Any situation that she walks into, she's already looking at what she can get out of it. It might be nice, it might be this, but it's gonna be all about her. Whatever it is, and I love my mama. Don't get me wrong, I love her, but it is what it is. Now she's trying to change in her older age. I don't know if that's because she's getting older, but it's still there. It's all about money, money, prestige. That's what it's about. Even being in church and being whatever, it's about being noticed. It's bringing attention to her and all of that old weird stuff. Fact, scheming, getting over, wanting control, and what she can take. Ooh, baby. Girl, my cutoff game, be strong for real, love her, but I'm all the way. Listen, that comment about affording that meat makes me want to throw hands. I'm trying to tell you. She ain't a Leo. How is it that we all have the same grandma, mom, cousin, whatever? It's because that spirit is real. Your mom sounds like my ex-in-law and my sister, always looking for what they can get, baby. She just did it. And gonna hit me with a I'm your mother, like, I'm like, since when? Girl, because you threw me out when I was 11 years old and left me to the wolves. Is we gonna talk about it? And then when I would come home, you would throw me in the basement like I was some kind of prison. Girl, they be mad when you make it without them, too. I'm gonna just say that. They be mad when, because my mom say, you, this, that, and the other. I took care of my kids. You always had a husband, too. You was mad because I was doing it without a husband. I moved to another state, was in school. You came to my crib after telling everybody, oh, she probably living in this and this and this and this. Crib was marble tables, kids' rooms was nice car, everything. Then you went back, and because it was something, like even with this, I have a cousin that is on his way to the NFL. Y'all probably didn't seen his name, and I ain't gonna say whatever because that's what it is. My mama will promote that young man more than she promotes her daughter doing what I do here. My whole family went to see this boy play football. They all got together, threw a big party. You ain't heard. They say my little podcast. Her grandson built a business from scratch where he sells several $100,000 worth of clothes and flips it and is an entrepreneur. She don't tell nobody nothing about that. Only if the world can see and if it's whatever, that's what she talk about. Tell you. My 85-year-old aunt feeds my cousin every day. He charges her for everything. This. You know? He said not too much on Leo's over there. Uh-oh. He said only doing it because they expect something in return, never out of kindness of her heart. Yep. I had to stop my mama telling folks she was all the reason I'm successful. Not true. Girl. And don't realize that you hit a mega church pastor status a long time ago. Every time I try to talk to them about the word, they tell me about Pastor Geno Jenkins, the 2819 man. They'll name I'll be like, well, my class such. Oh, but girl, it is what it is. Listen, I know what I do over here. You can't steal this from me because God gave it to me. Hello. My grandma has the same They wanted me to take me when my mom had me. Grandma loves money and luxury. That's so crazy. You said ain't nothing little about it. Come on. Come on. Come on. Why not pour into your own? You said, well, I'm proud of you and I thank God for you. Thank you, listeners 2021. I thank God for y'all. I told y'all way before I ever met y'all, when I was young, 11 years old, I started asking God, can you please give me my own family? You said, I don't go to church. This is my church. That part. Listen, in real life, you said, I've had to carve my own way and enjoy the fruit by myself. Listen, but think about this, family. The devil meant for those. You said the Leo slander is crazy. You know I didn't say nothing because you don't want my opinion, but I love you. See, there's a few Leos I don't, but the Leos in here that I love y'all. But it's a Leo I don't. Matter of fact, it's 2 or 3 of them. I don't. I like, no. I love them in the God the way won't, I don't know how to say it. I don't care for them much, so I'm just not going to even try to rephrase it. God knows. But you I love. You and the others. But the other, it's some Leos, I don't love them. Right. I love, I done told y'all. It's 2 of them. I ain't even going to say that I don't love them. I just don't want them around me nowhere. Don't say my name. Don't ask nobody about me. Don't talk to me. Don't try to call me. Don't try to know me. Just go away. I feel better now. Listen, this part. I don't, Do birth signs really have a meaning? Yes. But of course, man takes it and does something else with it. But man is not a creator. God created zodiacs, but not in the way, not to use them for you to do with magic and all of that. Listen, you said I love y'all too. You and Mari both. Listen, it's some other folks over here talking about it too. You said so glad they ain't talking about Gemini's. Baby, don't even get me started. I gotta listen, I'm gonna just go to the bathroom because I see right now this is going in a different direction. I'm gonna just say this. You can be born in any month on any day. Spirits don't care who they inhabit. Okay? I got a Libra. Okay? People try to say, oh, this, that, and the other. No, you were never supposed to take your birth month and your birth date and use that as divination to know your future. But if you read the book of Enoch, you will see that God created the actual zodiac map thing. And they say, oh, I don't believe that. Well, then why did he make angels that are like half horse? Not horse, eagle, man, bull, this, that, and the other. Those things are up in heaven as well. You got to understand, but it's above our understanding. So then anything that people don't really, I'm going to tell you, me and my mom talked about this, not my mama, but my godmom. Anything that church folks don't understand, they call it witchcraft. Not even knowing they be doing witchcraft. I asked her last night, I said, Mama, if they will preach about Enoch, why do they say that Enoch is witchcraft? She said, because they false teachers. I said, Mama, why? So we went through all these books are listed in the Bible. I said, so why are they telling people that these books are witchcraft and that they're not recognized by God? I said, they lying in the pulpit. Scary. Terrifying. You said, I think some has to do with how you're raised. All of it does. Your environment. And your environment has a lot to do with it. Hold on, y'all. Sorry, y'all. I've been using that distiller. I was so grossed out. You hear me? Y'all. Who had a chance? Did any of y'all get a chance to get a water distiller? When I tell y'all the stuff that came out of that first run looked like apple cider vinegar. The book of Enoch came hundreds, 200, 300 years after the Torah. Were you there to know that for sure? Huh? Because Enoch's books were hidden away and they were given in the 7th generation, and then they were hidden away. Kind of like Seth's books. And we don't have Eve's book either. Where's that? Because she wrote one. Actually, her son did. Seth. Have you seen that one? We're looking for it. Uh-oh. Yeah. Yeah. We definitely looking for it. So if you know where it is, go ahead and let us know. My hubby's... Oh, I'm just saying. Okay. Well, now let's get to it. This has been an interesting class. Listen, we done went from Moses. How many people that went through a few emotions today? And realize that we are not living different lives from the people that lived before the flood and even after. Oh, Lord. You say, here they go. We got a street corner purple tassel man. Listen. Let's not even get on that, but we just gonna move on. Okay. When you read the Bible, it should pop up off the page in life experience for you if you're reading it right. You should know somebody that went through it. You went through it, your mama, your cousin, somebody. Then that makes the word real to you, does it not? Huh? You said this is an Exodus class. This part. You hear me? You said we looking for it. And is. If you can find it, let us know. Hello? Okay. All right. So did you write down the name Moses? Did you write down the name Moses? I asked y'all to write down the name Moses. Okay. Yeah, my allergy. Oh, my goodness. Why does this thing keep turning off? Goodness gracious. That's why I be having to blow my nose. Give me a second, y'all. I'm like, why is it so stuffy in here? Because that dang filter ain't on. Do I need another one? Didn't I just replace this recently? Oh, goodness. It should be good for a minute. Maybe not. I might, well, maybe wait another week. Goodness. I know it's all these old books in here. You said, heck, y'all fixed me. I had anxiety before I came on. I'm good now. God fixed you, girl. We can't fix nobody. You just picked up the food, the nutrients you needed. having a lot of sinus pressure. Anybody else been having a lot of sinus pressure, like the back of the base of your neck, behind your ear? You know the sinuses do that whole loop, and my stuff has been crazy. Like I got tightness in the back of my neck right now. I hate to hear it when you talk yourself to the reasoning. You said I like to hear when you talk to yourself. Your reasoning is good. You said yes, your daughter. Okay, so it's not just me. Yours is horrible. Okay, real bad. Okay, because I'm like, goodness gracious, what is this? Okay. Yeah, I felt better after I made that tea the other day. I'll probably be making some more because, man, it's like all in here, all of this right behind my ears. That's why I got to keep taking my glasses off. It's like, oh, goodness gracious. It is crazy. An Epsom salt bath, I'll probably do it. I did. That's why you know why I was asleep, Kayla. I put that magnesium that their bath last night. Baby, that's one of the reasons why you said a lot of tension in my neck. Me too. Listen. Baby, I was asleep. I thought it was because of the way I slept, but now I'm feeling it all in here. That's why I keep it's like, you know how you can feel it and just feel like puffy. I don't know. Listen, I'll probably do that when I get off of here. You said the change in season. Something's going on. Something. Because, baby, y'all would keep seeing me massage the back of my neck. I'm like, oh. It's like right in my shoulders. You said, yes, no pressure, but allergies is acting up. Okay. You said, I thought it was just me. Yes. Crazy. And I sat outside the last couple of days, and I've been trying to change my filters, but it's still, I don't know. My throat was irritated, but I went to sucking on halls like a sweet candy. Got it. Mine, coughing and sneezing. Y'all been hearing me do my throat? You said I've been using apple cider bath and salt. Okay. And your throat feels tighter than the whole. Yeah, in a medium shirt. Yes. Y'all been seeing me do like this on my neck and just kind of. Ugh. Okay, so it's not just me. Thank you, Jesus. Ugh. My sleep oil is castor oil. All of my essential oils that I make for myself, the carrier oil is castor. You said a cedar fever bottle helps? Okay. On a heating pad right now. Okay, so it's not just me. Yes, my throat dry hurts sometimes. Yes. I had to turn on my diffuser in my room and everything. Okay. I'm not happy y'all hurting too, but at least because I was like, what is going on? First, I chopped it up to getting old. You know what I'm saying? Then I'm like, well, maybe, my meds I might be, but I don't even get, y'all know about my meds that smell like this. So I'm like, what is it? Okay. Here we go. I was in the Midwest for that, for the humidity. Yeah. Yep. It has been super hot. And maybe it's causing the coconut water helps. The only thing with coconut water, like, it'll take it away when I'm drinking it, but then the next couple of days, now I have a headache. Because sometimes coconut water has a lot of salt in it. The ones I be getting after I drink a coconut water, one is going to give me the heebie-jeebies in my belly. Okay. And then after that, for like the next 2 days, I be having a headache. I experienced it this morning too on my right side of my neck. Yes. What if it's something they put in the water? I'm not saying it is, but what if just hypothetically, but it could, the water. Your right side is currently hurting. Mine is my left. And it is like my whole neck. My husband drinks coconut water because it's hot in the sun working. He says it helps to keep hydrated. I know, but I'm just saying for me, the ones that I've drank or the stuff even that I drank with coconut water in it, it gives me a headache. Like the next day. You said it's definitely the water. That's why Dad told you to prepare the filter. Yep, and I went on and got up and did it too. and the stuff that was in there, I was like, okay. That's what I'm doing now. I just did my second jug of it and put it in my water filter. So I'm distilling it and it's going through that water purifier that I got. I'm not taking no chances with these folks. Mm-hmm. Crazy, right? I wish I could do a big gallon of it, but it only do a liter at a time or whatever. You notice the smell in the water too? You said this makes sense because our filter went out a month ago and we just fixed it. Yeah. I probably, yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, let's keep going. I ain't going to keep you all day today. All right. Here we go. Um, all right. It says, and at the end of 2 years, when the child grew up, she brought him to the daughter of Pharaoh, and he was unto her as a son, and she called his name Moses, for she said, because I drew him out of the water. And Amram, his father, called his name Chabar or Chabar, Chabar. Chabar. So Pharaoh's daughter Bethia had a name for him, Moses. His daddy called him Chabar or Kabar, however you say this. I didn't look up the pronunciation of it. I'm sorry, y'all. For he said it was for him that he associated with his wife whom he had turned away. Okay? So basically, it was like reconciliation. Because he hadn't touched his wife, who he had put away, for 3 years. And it's only because of Moses that him and his wife reconciled. Okay? Okay? So his name is Moses. I believe this is Chabar, K-bar, however you say it. Okay? From that. And then it says, and Jochebed, his mother, called his name Jekuthiel. So Moses, Chabar, Jekuthiel. Crazy. Okay? Because she said, I have hoped for him to the Almighty, and God restored him unto me. So 2 of Moses' names, well, one means reconciliation or could symbolize reconciliation. Okay? The name the Egyptian woman gave him had to do with water. Water, reconciliation, and restoration. Interesting. Let's keep going. All right. And Miriam, his sister, called him Jared, for she descended after him to the river to know what his end would be. Moses came to put an end to the slavery that the Hebrews endured at the hands of the Egyptians, did he not? Huh? Right, Cindy. You said, isn't fire symbolism of restoration? It is. It is. It is. It is. Okay. Is y'all getting it? I hope y'all writing these names down. Okay, here we go. And Aaron, his brother, called his name Abi Zanuk, saying, my father left my mother and returned to her on his account. Why were the Israelites taken into slavery? Why were the Hebrews taken into slavery? Huh? Disobedience. Interesting. So when Moses came, Israel went back to serving God, yes or no? They got to go back to their place of where they should have been. They get to go back to their daddy's house instead of being under the authority of somebody else. I'm sorry, can you repeat the last name from his brother? It is Abi Zanuch. So ABIZANUCH. Interesting. Okay. It says, and Kehath, the father of Amram, so his grandfather, called his name Abigdor. Or Abigdor. It's Abigdor. Abigdor. Okay? So he got a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And we ain't even done yet. He got 6 names so far, Moses does. So let me ask you a question. Let's do this real quick for the folks that always come in here acting crazy. So if somebody was talking to me about Jekuthiel, say I read something in an Asian book or a Norse mythology book, and they have a person named Jekuthiel, who are they talking about? Moses. If I go and read something in Turkish mythology and it's talking about Abi Zanuch or Abi Zanuck, who are they talking about? Okay. Okay. All right. I just want to see if y'all see. All right. It says, because on his account, God did repair the breach of the house of Jacob, that they could no longer throw their male children into the water. Interesting. And their nurse called him Abi Socho. Abi Socho, saying in his tabernacle was he hidden for 3 months on account of the children of Ham. Abi Socho. So if I go into a Latin-speaking country and somebody is talking to me about an ancestor from the Bible days called Abi Socho, because I know it's a lot of Spanish boys named Abi. I done met a few Spanish boys named Abi. You said just looked it up, and Chebar in Oriental mythology is somewhat vaguely known as the deity from the times of Muhammad, worshipped by the ancient Arabs. Interesting. Thank you, Nisi Poo. Oh, okay. So he a real person. And that would make sense because of the area where he lived at. You said, so why are they down here arguing on earth? Down here on earth arguing about God's name and what to call him. So you just gonna get my stuff, Selena? You know where I was going with it. God said he takes the simple things to confound the wise. You don't think that's simple? That he had several names the same way that we do? And so when he went to these people, they might know him by Chebar. You go to this, they know him by Jekuthiel. It ain't like when we go to all of our families, your mama's side might call you something from your daddy's side. One auntie might pick a name for you, and everybody that be over there at her house, they know you by that name. Now, that don't mean you ain't got, mama call you, daddy call you baby girl, mommy call you tutu. Grandma call you Granny Princess, and TT be like, hey, TT, baby, and you gonna answer. You're all the same person. But depending on which side of your family and your homeboys and homegirls call you whatever name you done made up for yourself. Call me Big Draws. Big draws, yeah, nigga. Big draws. So if you take them friends to your grandma's house and they be like, hey, big draws, what's up? Your grandma gonna be like, who they talking to? Oh, grandma, that's my name I gave my friend. I told my friends to call me Big Draws. Don't embarrass me, grandma. Don't call me Pookie. Grandma, can you just call me BD? Grandma, can you call me BD? I'm not calling you BD, boy. That's not your name, but it is, Grandma. They only know me by Big Draws. Grandma, don't do this. You said Abignu, heart of the father. You said Abigor. I'm sorry, Abigdor. Father is protected. And Abisocho is father of the seers. Okay. Big draws. Who is who's his little sister? Granny Patties? Yes. Mama calls me one name, my daddy uses another, and my granny called me a name only she was allowed to use. This. Everybody got their name for you. Abigdor. Now, don't that sound like a name from The Hobbit, Abigdor? Y'all hear my stomach? It's fine. Abigdor sounds like a name from Game of Thrones or The Hobbit or... You hear me? You said we have nicknames since the time began. Exactly. Dobby. Okay. The olden days. Right. You said, so these Negroes can get out my face and leave me alone. About dads. Ooh, single solitary name. Okay. Here we go. So, y'all nephew just text me. Hold on. They're going to tell you they just automatically going to... Hold on, y'all. Hola, you okay? Class? Are you all right? All right. So that's 3 out of the 4 children I've heard from today. All right. Okay. Yeah, my grandpa gave me a nickname. Okay. All right. So then now do you see why I be looking at people when they come in our class and they be like, his name is this, his name is that. If God wanted everybody to know the truth on the whole planet, he said not one soul is going to leave. Yeah. Not one soul is going to leave this earth without hearing the word of the Lord. You don't think that he took into account that the languages would be different? Huh? You don't think the Almighty God, when he changed the language, took into account that all of their names... You think you just didn't think about that part? You said absolutely this. What? Are you crazy? All right. Let's keep going. That's why I just don't argue that. Because, oh, God, please. Okay, look. Do you realize if he can get you hung up in that, if the devil can get you hung up on that, you won't even read it if you don't see the name that you recognize. And so then the rest of the story, you won't be able to find it. Do you get that? This is how we can go through Greek mythology and know who they talking about. This is how we can go read the history of the Japanese and be like, this is Solomon, this is David, this is, because we see beyond what is right in front of our face. If it ain't something I know, I ain't reading it. Oh, okay, well, you always gonna be lost then. I talked with my godmother and someone else, both of my mamas, and I said, not my biological mama, but just two, anybody. I got more than one mama, okay? We'll just put it like that. And I said the same thing. I said, Mama, I asked both of them, where are the other 60 children's stories? Huh? Where are the other 60 children? Okay? 29, whatever. Where the couples, because they was marrying, where are their stories at? I said, if you go in any biblical lineage book, family tree, whatever you want to call it, right? Genealogy, we get up to Tubal-Cain, Nahor, and all of them, whatever their names is there. And then Cain's line cuts off. We don't hear nothing else about Cain's line. But Cain's line wasn't the only other line that was living. All of these other brothers and sisters had kids. So wouldn't we think that the Norse and the Scottish and all of these people would be the other children of, because right in Genesis it tells you that they have more children. Right there. After it tells you, depending on, some people put it before he died, some people put it after, depending on the the version of the Bible you're reading, but it says he had other sons and daughters, and then it goes right into I believe Cain or Seth and what happened with their line. Where the other people's stories? It only tells us about two lines that came out of Adam and Eve, Cain's and Seth's. But they had other children. Where? So you mean nothing was written about them? And they're the first people too? They're literally how we all got here. You hear me? This is where the Asian phenotype came from. This is where, you see what I'm saying? The Sudanese phenotype came from. This is where the, Congolese phenotype came from. This is where the Indian phenotype came. This is where all of those other people are the forefathers of all of the nationalities we see right now. Because after they had children, they spread out over the world. So you don't think none of those sons and daughters went to Russia and Uzbekistan and up in the, hello? Don't forget, this is before Pangea. So a lot of places they can travel on donkey, walk. Mind you, these people are 30 feet tall. They're not little. What is the stride or whatever what is the measurement in between footsteps of a person that's 30 feet tall? How long would it take them to walk 10 miles. Probably not very long. And if you're that big, you can probably run real avatars. How does anybody know how tall the avatars were in that movie? Or how tall was the avatars? Because people looked very small to them. They came up to what, like their knees? Anybody know how tall the avatars were in the movie? Seeing as how they based on the Sudanese people. You said they weren't even to their knees? You said Moshe, Musa, Moses, all the different names. Come on. They weren't 800 feet tall. I'm talking about on the movie. Looked it up. It said you looked it up, and a 30-foot tall person can travel 1 mile in 20 to 30 seconds. A 30-foot person. So their step thing is 10 feet. The avatars were 10 feet, 8 to 10 feet in the movie. So if you think about how big an avatar was to the regular person, you said 1 step equals half a mile. That means that Adam and Eve was 2 times taller than the avatars. Seth, they was 2 times taller than those avatars. What in the world? Seth, for sure, was 30 feet tall. Abel was 30 feet tall. That means you could stack 3 of those avatars on top of each other, and that is how tall they were. And we wonder why the trees were so big. Oh my goodness. Uh-huh. That's crazy. This is Beishan. And I thank you, T of Yah. You said what, Rika? Hold on. About 12 feet. You said they was about 12 feet. So we got 8 to 10, and then we got 12 feet. She was the same as Adam. You got to think she was probably 28 feet as well, 20 to 30 feet as well. Most women are right. I mean, you know, I'm sure he didn't make her no 15 feet or nothing. That wouldn't work out. I mean, it would, but she was probably 30 feet too. For the people that think I'm just pulling stuff out my, backside. Here we go. It says they were the terror of the Israelites, even into the times of David. Boom. The traditionary memorials of these primeval giants, even now, in almost every even now in almost every section of Palestine, in the form of graves of enormous dimensions. As the grave of Abel near Damascus is 30 feet long, that of Seth in Anti-Lebanon, about the same size, and that of Noah in Lebanon, which measures no less than 70 yards, which is 210 feet. Near Damascus is is 30 feet. Seth's is 30 feet. And Noah's is 210. So again, Seth, Abel, pretty sure maybe Cain, 30 feet tall. So our little trees that we have right now would have been bushes to them, basically. Hedges. Think about that. The trees we got outside right now, some of them, they would have been like bushes to them. It would take 4 of me. Wait a minute. No. 6 of me? Yeah. It would take 6 of me to be the height of Eve. Crazy, right? You said my father did Honey, I Shrunk the Kids with us. Listen. And I know you ain't, because how tall are you, Mr. Hollis? We ain't forgot. How tall are you, Mr. Hollis? Watch this, y'all. 6'9". You said I'm 5'2". They can literally step on me. Mr. Hollis is 6'9". Okay. You said, yeah. That's 5 times my height. I'm 6'3". Listen, this part. You said my 5-foot self would have been a rat. Okay. Okay. So think about this. If an angel mates with a woman, you said laugh out loud, and I still feel short. Not walking over everybody like you used to do it in videos, you don't. I'm only 5 feet inches, and my son is 6'7". Is he? No way. So we got 6'9" and 6'7.5" and 6'3" and 5-footers like me. Okay. Wow, your firstborn is 6 feet 7.5 inches. Wow. Okay. So when the angels came down and found their baby mamas, my cousin is 6'8", and he's absolutely dwarfs all of us. This part. When they found their baby mamas, okay, and went into them, think about this now. Angels in their natural form, some of their crowns, if a human were to try to walk up, like the distance of the crown, didn't we read it was 500 years? You said, are all angels male or just the fallen angels? I believe all angels are male, but I believe that there are, well, I can't say that. I don't know for sure. I know that there's male angels, and I know that there are beings that have like wisdom and different things are she's. And we think because it's a word to us or a feeling that it's not an actual being, right? So I don't know that they're necessarily female angels, but I do know that there are female entities. Angels do have a gender. Of course, they have a gender. Michael, it calls him a he. Uriel, it calls him a he. Gabriel, and it says, and he spoke to her. Of course, they have genders. Huh? Michael is a he. Not saying there's not women named Michael, but it says in Michael, he fought with the Prince of Persia. Yeah, there's gender. There he is. And they also have reproductive organs, or else they wouldn't have been able to create the giants. So, I sent you an angel book with the female angels. I know, Auntie, I do got it. That's why I said I don't really know. And I know it's here. It is. It is. It's right here. I was just showing it to somebody the other day. This one, the Dictionary of Angels, including the following ones. You talking about this one, Auntie? I just had to show it to somebody the other day. If it's not that one. Ow! It might be one more over here with the female symbiotes. Hold on. I feel like that's the one, but I feel like we do have another. Oh, the feminine spirits and angels. This one, Auntie. This one. I knew it was one of them. Sorry. This one. This one. Angels identified as birds and whatnot. Sorry. I know both of these got female spirits in it, though. This one. The feminine spirits and angels. You know y'all be in my Bible studies a lot. That's so spooky. Y'all be in my stuff. That's so crazy. It is. You said you wonder what the feminine ones can reproduce? You said that's my next purchase. Uh-oh. I don't know. I'm sure whatever the males can. I mean, yeah. Because there's some stuff I want to talk about, which is crazy because y'all all in when I was studying last night. But I haven't done enough study about it. It's crazy you all are bringing this up right now. And we've touched on it before, but we didn't go into detail because a lot of you were just learning new things at first. But I was looking at some stuff last night, and you all are all in the business of a class that I want to teach in the near future. Not too far, but because I know folks will be asking me questions, I need to get all my stuff together. Just know these questions are on par. They're right where, because there were some questions asked of me, and there's some information that I have to go looking for. So just give me a minute, y'all. Is that okay? Yes. You said human females were forbidden. Even the fallen angels wanted. Yeah. A lot of. Okay, listen. And we're not going to go too far into this because we got to go back to our class. But this is the thing. When you understand. Ha- Happy birthday, girl. How's it feel to be 23? You can't see me because your stuff is not on, evidently. Hold on, y'all. No, you can call me. I mean, it's all right. It's your birthday, child. Let me. Can you see me or no? Ooh. Okay, y'all. I'm always working. See, y'all have to share me with my kids. I know y'all don't be wanting to. Oh, I'm gonna tell her y'all say happy birthday. I should have let her talk to you. Let me call her back here so y'all can tell her y'all self. I'm sorry. Your cousins got mad at me. Hold on. They wanted to say happy birthday. All right, girl. She said she love y'all. All right, bye. Ugh. Listen. So, what was I getting ready to say? I don't know. And y'all wonder why my mom be all over the place because I be having to be here and there and everywhere. I gotta call my son back. Gotta call my youngest daughter back. I be always having a million things to do. You see, and she did that herself, Mari. She said, "Mom, I got 2 clients today. Come on with it." I said, "You, the gift to make you some money is in your hands." I don't want to do hair. It don't matter. You're supposed to. You can do all that you're going to do, but God gave you an amazing side hustle, and she good at it. Being good. I told y'all, when she was 8, she used to want to do nails, and her sister used to want to do hair. It was switched. Baby, I put her on a mannequin. One winter we had a blizzard type thing, and I put her on a mannequin and showed her the C shape and the S shape for finger waves. It took me months to learn how to do finger waves. It took her not even 10 minutes. Her finger waves look better than my finger waves, and I have been doing finger waves for 7 years. I have a picture of it. You said that's weird. I needed to hear that because it's ghetto outside. Yes, it is. I'm trying to tell you. And she will not sew in. She did a girl sew in, and the girl kept the sewing in for 7 months, and it still looked good. I'm trying to tell y'all, this baby braids down. You understand me? Listen, I can braid as far as like my braids are micros. That's my, French braids I'm okay. I can do, whatever. She cold with it. She can do sew-ins and she be looking for clients, but folks don't be wanting to pay her, not knowing she was trained by a hairstylist and she went to beauty school. But she just don't want to work in the shop. And she ain't just gonna do your hair. You can't sit in her chair without her shampooing your hair and conditioning your hair and all of that. She don't play. Well, she in Indy. So if you in Indy, let me know and I'll send her your way. She do real good hair. She did that the other day. Remember when she called me? She was like, "Look at my hair." She was doing it then, and it don't take her long. She braids way faster than me. My sister and I are like that with food. Our mom can do it all, but I took more of the cooking, savory meals, and my sister is the baker. That's them. She do the savory, and the baby that look like me do the cakes and the pies. Yeah, that's funny. Listen, you said I learned out of jealousy. I knew my 15 wasn't supposed to sit between my bestie legs. Interesting. You said I need mine done for real. Day, her thing is imagination. On TikTok, imagination. AMAGYN. I believe ANATION. She do locks too. Yep, she do locks too. She do everything. I love it. Iron out everything. Cold. I'm trying to tell y'all. I be amazed. She did her first sew-in on me at 14. And it looked really good. Really good. I walked her through it, and she been doing hair ever since. I taught them to braid when they was like the Africans. When they was little. It sure did. Taught them how to condition their hair, wrap it, baby. I was not doing none of that. By the time they was 10, 11, they could shampoo, condition, wash, and all I had to do was blow dry and press. That was it. I'm not about to be doing that. And you ain't about to have to pay nobody a whole bunch of money just in case you ain't got it. She was doing finger waves at 8. Listen, I believe in giving my kids a skill. I'm trying to tell you. See, my sister braids and does sew-ins, and I can do locks and silk presses. See? I'm looking for somebody to do micro braids. I would love for her to do my hair, but you in Cali, yeah. I don't got nobody in Cali. I got a cousin in Phoenix that braid, though, and she do a real good job, and she do micros. And her mama is the one I told y'all to braid better. You know how y'all see the Africans, and they be having them real little bitty braids that look like hair? That's my auntie. She can snatch all your edges and everything. Well, she passed away, but her daughter is in Phoenix. I'm grown and still haven't got finger waves down that part. My mama's good at cooking and sewing. I'm the sister. You said I'm the cook and my sister is the sewer. Right. Baby, all my kids got a skill. You can work whatever job you want to, but you're going to have something that you can do with your eyes. I told y'all my son, he is an artist. And he always liked fashion. So people used to laugh at me because I would let him dress his sisters. And he would like draw all the clothes out. And that's what he gets. He makes real good money dressing people right now. And he draw people's logos. He do all of that. I believe because whatever gift that God is giving your child, it's in their hands. But you have to ask God to show you what it is so that you can cultivate it. My youngest, I told y'all, Wilton had all my money from about 20 2016 to 2018, that girl was watching Just Cake It or whatever. You said you could teach her how to thread eyebrows. I think she know, but I'm sure she would be happy. She might know because she is actually really good at eyebrows, but I don't know if she know how to thread them. Listen, get with her. Imagination on TikTok. Yep. Yep. Gonna get with her because she want to learn a skill always. That's my kids. They want to learn. They want to know what's going on. I didn't try to force my kids to be what they want. Like I wanted them to be, because that's what my mom wanted me to be a doctor. I didn't want to be a doctor. My mom wanted me to be a doctor, and my dad, they both used to say the same thing. You so smart, you can be a doctor. You so smart, you can be an attorney. First of all, I'm not lying for nobody. And second of all, if I see some blood, I might pass out. I don't want to do that. And when I told them I wanted to go to beauty school, you don't need to do that. You can do something more. But you don't got no problem having me read over these documents for you and tell you what it's saying. You don't got no problem with me doing your hair for free and not wanting to pay me. Hello. So y'all want me to do something that's going to make you look good. My mama wanted me to go to, because she worked in a hospital and the doctors got all the praise. So she wanted me to be a doctor. That's why she sent me to like a math and science academy. Then my daddy want to be attorney because this nigga done turned to a life of crime and you want somebody to come get you out of jail. No. Get your other kids to do it. Get your other kids to do it. I don't want to. Even as far as talent goes, my sister plays the whole percussion section while I play 6 instruments between strings and woodwinds. Everybody has a talent, right? And most parents be trying to force their kids to be like their big sister or their big brother. Let them be who they gonna be. And this is one of the reasons why I used to catch so much flack from my family. Because they tell their kids, they control. I didn't control my kids. I wanted them to understand life because I knew at any given time I could be taken away from them. And so I needed them to understand every aspect of life. And I was young, but I thought like that. That's what I told y'all. My daughter was 4 years old and she could cook her own food. I'm not joking. She would go in there, get the round sausage patties, I had a griddle on my counter. I kept the miniature pancake things where you fill it up to the water, shake it up, let it sit, and then pour. This baby was 4 years old and she can make her own pancakes and sausage and not know already cooked nothing. She'll bring it down there and say, Mommy, is this right? It's right. I didn't worry about her burning herself or nothing. By 8, she was cooking on a gas stove. Excuse me, she wasn't even 8. I think she was 7. By 6 or 7, she was cooking on a gas stove. And I think I showed y'all the video. She was sitting there and I said, you ain't gonna turn your fire down? She said, no, it's fine. Now, when they started using the gas stove, I would be there watching them, but my kids been cooking, doing their own laundry, everything since they was little. Because kids learn whatever you put in them. If you say they can't do it, then they can't. But if you start teaching them, they'll do it. I told y'all, before they went to kindergarten, everybody knew how to do laundry. Even if it wasn't nothing but just sorting the clothes by color. And then I had a little stool there in front of the thing, the oldest sibling. If I had to put dots on, like, for the thing, everybody gonna do something here. Y'all not about to, I was a single mom. Y'all ain't about to work me like no slave. When my son was 10, 11, I started teaching him to do his sister's hair, to do relaxers, put a braid in a ponytail, start teaching him how to French braid because your baby mama might not have to be able to do it. And I don't want my grandkids going around here picky-headed, so you need to do something. Taught him how to cook, wash clothes. He started learning how to drive at 10 or 11. Because if something happened to me, you might have to drive us. He would sit in the front when we went on road trips. I would give him the map or the MapQuest paper, and he would, as we passed stuff, I say, okay, how many miles we got to Mexico or New Mexico? Mom, well, where we at? And I was showing where we at. Okay, so what state we in? We just passed the big white cross, so where we at? You starting to see mountains. Which way are we going? West. Oh, okay. He was only 9, 10, or 11 years old, but he had traveled across the country so many times. He could tell me what state he was in by what he saw off the highway. Mind you, I'm only like 26 or 27 at this time. Yeah, because in 2007, he was 10. I was only 27 or about to be. So just because you a young mama don't mean you can't teach your kids stuff, but you got to go away. Like my friends, they used to laugh at me because my kids didn't wear Jordans and all of this kind of stuff, but my kids done been to almost all the states from the west of where you been. They done been in more states than you. They can tell you about more monuments. They've been around all different cultures of people. They have lived in several states. So yeah, you give your baby Jordans, but they don't know nothing and ain't been nowhere. Okay, we're not the same. Instead of taking several $1,000s throughout the year and buying them BS, we was gone for the whole summer. 1 week, a couple of days after they get out of school until a few days before, we would go visit our family and be there for a month, here for a month. No, we not traveling extravagant. We got this van and this cooler filled up, and I done took my food stamps that I've been saving $150 every month. So by the time June come, I got like a rack worth of stamps together. We going for the whole week of Thanksgiving. We gonna go visit some family and be gone. I chose to give them, and I'm not knocking nobody else. I'm just telling you, I took my money and I gave my kid experiences. I didn't give them, now did they have game systems and stuff? Yeah, but all my money didn't go into their clothes and impressing other people. I wanted them to experience a different life. Now that's one thing I can say about my mama. She took us and we traveled a lot of places. So I knew mm-mm. You said, yeah, when my baby was 3 or 4 years old, he could tell you how to spell his name. He knew my name. He could tell you where he lives. Stay ready, always this. My cousin got mad because I told him if I didn't study law, you said my cousin got mad because I told him if I did study law, I'm not representing the family. They sure do be mad. And I'm not knocking nobody. You do what you do. But my kids, now they're grateful that they didn't have all that stuff. Because they have friends and people we ran into that did. But those children didn't get the same experiences that my kids got. And it's not even saying that you can't have both. But like I said, I would rather take all this money and go get you an airbrush gun, buy you, however many shirts, and let you start your own company or at least get used to it. All of them that started their first business before they was 12. Now, of course, it was just something to get their feet wet, but all of my children started a business before, in some kind of way, before they was 12. 10, technically. Excuse me, not 12, 10. Now, was they going to really probably run it at that time? No, but I made them sit down, look up the cost of goods. Well, okay, well, what's your ideas? Okay, well, make your logo and show me the thing. And they would have to come and read it to me and everything. One of my daughters I told y'all, my youngest, she was collecting all the Nike socks because her cousins and their friends played basketball. She bleached them, right? Back then, Nike socks, this was like 2014, 2015. She told all her cousins, give her all their Nike socks. And they was like, what you want our socks for? The ones you don't want them more. Of course, they didn't have holes in them or nothing. Because they want crispy white socks, so if it get any brown or whatever on it, they not wearing them. Well, you know what she did? She bleached them, and then she tie-dyed them and was selling them to people for like $10 a pair. Cleaned them real good, and then tie-dyed them and sold them back to them. The very same socks they had just given her for free. Well, go on and get your hustle on, baby. Sold them right back to him. I said, that's a come up, little baby. Yeah, right. Yeah. Not that you didn't sell me my same socks for $10 and I just gave them to you for free, but that's exactly what she did. Mm-hmm. Yep. And I encouraged it. You said I was the snack candy kid. Yep. I started selling my mom's baked goods and breakfast and pocketed 1/4 of a profit and used the rest to re up with fruit snacks and chips from the store. I was running a business by age of 6. I'm trying to tell you. I'm trying to listen. I told my kids it's okay to have a job, but you don't have to work for nobody if you don't want to, if you use the gift that God has already put down in your hands. And everybody has one. You don't even have to have hands to have a gift. You don't even have to have the mobility of your hands to have a gift, because I see people on TikTok all the time and their whole body is paralyzed and they use their mouth to paint, and they paint better than me because I draw stick people. I see people with no hands cooking foods that I probably wouldn't even attempt to make, maybe. Everybody has a gift. But if you so worried about trying to be like everybody else, you'll never discover it. And this is why you be envious and jealous of other people, because you haven't taken the time to see what God put down on the inside of your hands to do. While you hating on everybody else's work. The only thing we mess up with my daughter, my hubby bought her everything and she asked because we both grew up with nothing. But I'm making her work now for it, being responsible. That's right. It's okay. I was a spoiled kid, y'all. I told y'all, my mama, she shopped every day. I was in violin, gymnastics, all of that. Baby, and I was trying to get to the hood where the kids was playing outside with sticks. My mama used to be so mad. I don't care that I got to eat bologna sandwiches every day when I go over there. I want to be over there. Keep your eyes on your own paper. This part, you said me with one hand chopping up onions as we speak. This part, this, Glenda. People limit themselves because people give them limits. I didn't limit my kids. Do whatever you want to do. They say, Mom, I think you can do it too. Get a plan together and we'll see what we can do. You ain't about to be wasting my money. Now, I'm not going to let you waste my money, but I'll invest in your business that you want to start. I got you. And they was little, but they made money doing it. They learned a skill that they can still use now, even if they didn't. That wasn't their business. They got a skill that they can move anywhere and make some money, whether they can get a job or not. You hear me? Whether they can get hired on somewhere or not, they can make some money. And that's all I'm worried about. And keep their self-respect too. And not put themselves in danger of nothing. They can make some money. So to me, we invest in our children in a lot of the wrong ways. Knowledge used to be important back in the day. It's not now. The actual degree is, but the life experience is not. Because parents want to be able to say, my baby graduated, my baby did this, my baby did that. But a lot of times that kid didn't even do it because they wanted to. They did it because that's what their parents wanted them to. And then they don't even work in that field. And so it's almost like money wasted. Right, I do hair in micros, and my daughter works for her hair shop at home. I want to do locks, that part. You see? So, I'm not going to keep y'all. I'm going to let y'all go. Well, let's finish this last name thing, and then I'm going to let y'all, because we didn't be here 201 minutes. We already going on 4 hours. Here we go. Okay. It says, and all Israel called his name Shemaiah. Did you know that Moses' other name was Shemaiah? Did you? Oh, okay. Son of Nathaniel or Nathaniel. Oh, okay. For they said, he in his days, God has heard. I'm sorry, y'all. These eyes is crazy. In his days has God heard their cries and rescued them from their oppressors. Moses was in Pharaoh's house and was unto Bethia, Pharaoh's daughter, as a son. And Moses grew up amongst the king's children. You said that is so us coded. Right. This brother had about 10 names. Everybody called him something else. This is why I beg y'all not to get caught up on they name can only be this. And I said that in the beginning when we first started this school, and I'm still saying it now. That is a trick of the enemy so that you don't get the information, the meat of the subject that you need. Because Noah is also Manu, right? So if I go read anything about Manu, Manu, I know it's talking about Noah. So maybe there's bits of Noah's story where he interacted with other people, but they called him Manu and not Noah. Just like a lot of the wise people from the Arabians, from the Japanese, from the Chinese, from the people in Turkey, they call Solomon Suleiman, or it's a name similar to Solomon. But if you read the stories, you will see he was the wise person that everybody went to. He was rich, he was this, and they traveled a long way to go see him, to get information, to go back and take to their wise men of their country. Okay. So it should start to make sense. You see? So do you think the devil cares about the folks that be arguing about these names? And he know they all the same people? Again, I used myself. There are some people, if you told them my name was CERCA, they would call you a liar. Y'all hear what my kids say, Mom. Y'all call me TT. Some of y'all call me Mama. Some of y'all call me Sis. Some of y'all call me Niecy Poo. Some of y'all call me, but I'm all the same person. There's people that have met me in other arenas that know me by other names, and that's the only name they call me. You couldn't tell them that ain't my name. Couldn't you see what I'm saying? Even y'all babies, when they see me, they say, "Oh, Mama, TT Circle or TT Circle." Because this face is associated to some people with the name TT Circle. You hear me? That's my TT Circle. It's crazy people are arguing their American names when the English language comes from other languages. This Shemaiah the prophet book is mentioned in the book of Numbers. Uh-oh. Y'all hear that? Shemaiah the prophet book is mentioned in Numbers. So here we are thinking that Shemaiah the prophet is somebody different, and whole time it's Moses. You said you're definitely my grandkids, TT Circle. I'm trying to tell you. And you can't tell them that they TT name is not. No, her name TT Circle. No. They be ready to snatch all your eyebrows out, baby. Listen, that's my TT Circle. So look at that mystery. Look at that. It's a book named Shemaiah the prophet. Okay? Whole time it's Moses' book. Oh. Just like Og and Eleazar are the same person. Paul and Saul, Hello. Jacob and Israel. You said I love hearing the little ones call you TT Circle, baby. They be like, "This is my TT Circle. I love her." I love you too, TT baby. You said, why was the Bible taught so disjointed? This is the thing. God tells you to study for yourself. So how can he show you the mysteries if you never look? It could be, Big John. Is it hidden if you never just tried to find it? All of us read Genesis. And all of us got to whatever the ripe old age we was and never asked the question, when did Eve die? We just gonna start at the beginning. All of us read Genesis and read about when the first man died. We never asked when the first woman died. And it said they had more kids. I mean, and even if the pastors told us it ain't in there, we didn't go looking for it. We took their word and left it. How old was you when you found out Eve died 6 days after Adam? And when did you start going to church? We just gonna start it with the first two people. We ain't even getting into Enoch and none of that. How old was you when you found out? You said, because I never thought about it. Come on. Because it's not even something, the question was even brought up in church. You said, wow, never thought about it. That's crazy. Right. It's not in there. You were 50. Okay. Yeah. Because God said he got mysteries and he said, study to show yourself approved and you will see it. You wouldn't have to worry about who wasn't teaching it if you went looking for it. You said found out at 29 and started going to church at 3 and said and did and was expecting them to teach us the whole word and the whole truth just to be deceived. Mari, you said I was 39 or 40 and started church when I was a kid. I was 49 when you found out and you started at 4. Born in the church, 40 years old when I found out. My nana is a pastor and I've been in church my whole life and didn't find out until I was 25. You see what I'm saying? So they'll argue the names and the words, but don't ask questions like that. You said 90% of the stuff I've learned in this class, I never learned in church. Me either. And they be talking about dividing the word, rightly dividing the word. You don't even have all the words to rightly divide. You said you found out at 57. You said, I didn't know until I came here. Okay, and all of us that heard about Adam and Eve, when I came almost 4 years ago, 63, and out of church my whole life. Interesting. You said in and out of church your whole life. Okay. You see what I mean? This is why he said they got eyes but they don't see and they got ears but they don't hear, because it's stuff. You said I was today years old. Really? Really? Yeah. Eve died 6 days after Adam. You can read her whole story in the book of Adam and Eve. You said I've had so many questions once I started studying the word instead of just reading it 3 years ago. Come on, Danny. You said found out at 30 but went to church up until 18. And if you go look in Genesis, it don't say nothing else about Eve after she had them boys. It don't say she died. You don't know nothing about nothing with her. It's not there. She gave Adam the fruit. They got kicked out the garden. He knew his wife once, twice, 3 times a lady. And then you don't hear nothing else about Eve. Nothing. Nothing. Not about how she interacted with her daughters. Nothing. It was 6 days. They lived the same 930 years. She was created it was just 6 regular days, not 6,000 years. But think about it, that still happens now. They was together for 930 years. She don't know nobody else but Adam. He been her husband for almost 1,000 years. She didn't want to live without him. And people that be together 30, 40, 50 years. The grandma passed, papa passed within 6 months to a year after that. A lot of times they don't live long. Facts, one passed, the other do too. Right. It's still happening like that. When it's just been y'all and they went through all of the whatever together, they don't live long too many years after. Some might get a decade. They be heartbroken, right? And their whole life they been with this person. That's what she said. She was like, I don't want to live without him. I don't want to live without him. I don't want to. What I'm supposed to do? Well, God gave her 6 days to recount all that she had went through in her 930 years to her children, and then he came and got her. And she literally came from him, so it only made sense exactly. He said, I was 38 years old, went to church at 18, and had so many questions, and you answer everything. It makes so much more sense now. This and the Bible is not boring. It is not. It is the most interesting book you'll ever read. Like the movie The Notebook. Yep, my ex-husband had me watch that movie. He was crying and everything. I was like, that's funny. That make you cry, but seeing me cry don't make you cry. And you the one that made me cry. Moving on. Okay. I'm about to let y'all go. I gotta go call these kids. And I gotta find me something to eat. My stomach feels queasy. And I don't know why. But so I love y'all. Hopefully you enjoyed class today. Hopefully you learned something, got something. Girl, for real. What you got me watching this for? Thank you, Auntie. What you got me watching this for? You ain't gonna live by none of it. You trying to butter me up? It made me want to vomit. I love y'all. Bye. Oh, I'll get to it later. And Angelina, girl, now I know you see I'm about to leave and I feel sick, right? You just heard me say that. You gonna ask me a question, and I say I've been on here 214 minutes. We cannot be selfish, pumpkin. I've been here and I'm feeling not so good. Please don't do that. I love y'all. Whatever it is, we'll get back to it at another time. I'll see y'all later. Kimchi udon noodles. Okay. All right. I love y'all.